Oh, don't be late. Playing us can share.
Ooh, you could make pita dough.
I look ridiculous.
I can't hear her at all. I hear all of my stuff. I don't hear hers. Ah, I hear you now. Can you hear me? Okay. So, but I want to say thank you, Kelsey. So I know Robbie is still working on everybody. Can everybody hear Kanara now? No. Robbie's working on, this is probably not you. This is probably something on our end. Wait, there we go. Mmm. So, well, if I can hear you, that means it's at least coming across. It's working somewhere. It's all good. Can people on your end hear me? Can you hear me? Excellent. All right, on my stream, can everybody hear Kanara? Robbie says no. I can hear you fine. So Robbie's working on something in OBS for you.
We're not using Discord. We're using Stream Together. So we're not using the Discord.
All right, we got it. Woo!
We got it?
Yes,
Dana's
see?
loud and clear there.
It's because if I were trying to fix it, we would be doing that for 2 hours. So,
girl, I am telling you what, I didn't get any sleep last night because I knew I was going to be nervous about this. But I didn't stress out too much about it because I knew that all I had to do was open my laptop. I had already done fresh reboots, got everything set up. It was working great. All I did was close said laptop, open said laptop, and everything was still open. My OBS was still open. The invite screen thing that I knew I had to send you the invite from, all that was still open, but all my camera sources were gone. But we're doing it. Look at us doing it.
We made it work.
Look at us doing it.
Look how technically talented I am.
This is why we day drink. Speaking of day drinking, I know this is kind of like the perfect segue right here for this. Do you guys remember this? What's the date today? Woo. The actual date? Is it the 18th? Is it the 18th?
Today's the 18th.
Oh, no, I can't get this off. Okay. So we're going to open this 2 days early. Is anybody upset with that? This is a gallon jar. I didn't fill it all the way up. That was filled with vodka. And then remember I had all those, I pick about 25 to 50 pounds of blackberries a year. And so I
Ooh.
added a whole bunch of blackberries. So we now have infused blackberry vodka. We did add a little bit of sugar to it because that's going to kind of sweeten it. Because the best thing is to pour this over ice with a squeeze of lime and call it a day.
So
And
why
call it
am
a
I
day. But I have
not
to try
in
it.
your kitchen right
well,
now so that I can have some?
You can
It's-
smell the blackberries, but you can really smell the vodka. Excuse me while I drool. So Dana and I are cooking from the World of Warcraft cookbook today. And we're doing different recipes. So here's the cookbook. You guys see the cookbook right there?
Yep.
I am making from Dust Wallow Marsh Dragon's Breath chili with Mulgore's cornmeal biscuits. That's where the Horde comes in. For the Horde. For the Horde. Do you want to tell people what you're making, Dana, or do you want to keep it a secret? That's up to you.
As of Friday, I had no idea what I was making, so it was a secret from me too. I am making beer basted boar ribs, and I know both of us are doing cornmeal biscuits.
Yay, I like that. We're actually doing something together
Yes.
and then something different for our main. That's great.
Yes, and then I'm going to do honey spiced lichen. So that's what I'm doing. And then I decided to do a compound butter as well. So, but that's what I got going.
Yeah, since the cornbread, does it have cheese in it? I don't remember. Does it have cheese?
It does. It does have cheese in it.
I'm not going to do the jalapeno in the cornbread. Normally I add jalapeno because I'm doing the spicy chili. I don't think I'll need the jalapeno.
Yeah, and I don't think this recipe has jalapeno. Does it?
No, I just always add it.
Okay. I'm actually,
right.
I might do a jalapeno. I want to do a compound butter to go with it. So I was thinking of maybe doing either like a jalapeno compound butter is what I was kind of thinking to go
This is
with
splashing everywhere. Hang on. Can you guys see how dark red that is coming out? The berries have lost quite a bit of color, which is good. That means that juice has been infused. And these were frozen blackberries. So frozen fruit tends to release more fruit liquid from the fruit than. Okay, I got to put this onto a spatula because it's just like going everywhere.
Can I tell you that one of my kiddos decided they were hungry, could only find frozen fruit in the freezer, and so took that upstairs and thought it was going to be good like fruit, right, to just munch on. It wasn't sweet enough, so they just left the bag there, and there was a nice big red stain from the blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries. That was fun.
It's like, oopsie poopsie. Okay,
So yay.
let's do.
So while
I
you're
want
doing
to put
that,
a little bit of this in a shot glass with some ice. I want to taste it, but I need to do something first.
so I'm going to start actually getting my ribs in the oven because they're going to take a while to cook. So while you're tasting a cocktail without me,
That means I'll have two. One for you.
You're going to have one for me? Great.
Yeah.
That won't make me feel better at all. All right.
Quality control right there.
Yeah. So I've got Duroc, Heritage Duroc ribs that I'm using today, are the ribs I'm using. And they've already
Tell
been
us about
cleaned.
Heritage Duroc ribs.
I will tell you the little bit I know about them. They are an American breed of pig. They're kind of reddish in color, if you see pictures of them. And they are known for their, that they kind of are meatier and tenderer than, say, just your normal, if you go grab your ribs from the
So I have a
grocery
lady
store.
out here who raises Duroc pigs, and she says that the meat is also. I've never had it, so I don't know. But she says the meat, like you said, is much more tender than like the big hogs that we typically use for pork products. But she says that also tends to be a little bit sweeter. I mean, not like you're eating candy, obviously, but like a sweeter hint to the meat than the others. Have you found that to be true?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I have.
I'll let you know.
Oh, you've never had it either. So you've
No.
never had the Duroc beef either. Oh, or ribs
I
either
may
then.
have, but I wasn't paying attention if I did. I know that I've gotten other kinds of, I've gotten Berkshire stuff from my butcher specifically, and I've gotten Iberico, but I haven't noticed if I've gotten Duroc before. This is what they actually had that looked good, and I was like, give me one of
Here, hang on.
those.
Hang on, let's pull this up on the big screen. So those who are over here, look at that. That's a nice rack.
Thank you.
Nice rack.
So-
I forgot to get out a mason jar for this, so we're just going to scoop some out into a glass.
So I'm actually going to start these with just putting a lemon pepper mix on there. So it's salt, lemon,
Thank you. Good.
pepper. I think there's some cane sugar, maybe a little garlic in there. And then I'm going to
yes,
make a
please.
barbecue sauce that I'm going to be basting on it. So that'll be the next thing I
I
make.
have run out of room. I am going to.
You're out of room
so-
already.
I'm already out of room. So the recipe called for a pound of ground hamburger, a pound of chuck, and a pound of Italian sausage.
Ooh.
Well, I had a chunk of chuck in there that was 2 pounds, so I'm going to omit the ground hamburger and just go with the 2 pounds of chuck. So I chopped that up into little tiny. Yeah, we did picture in picture. Right now, I've got Dana up there, so you guys can see Dana because she was showing off. She was showing off them ribs. Here, I'll do this.
There we
now.
go.
There we go. Boop. There we go. We'll put this back. You want to know what's cool? You guys, and if you guys don't like us to switch scenes, all you need to do is pull up a tab in both windows, and you guys can just toggle back and forth.
That's right.
I don't know how that works on mobile though.
It's a little more challenging.
Hi, Azure Dragon.
I
Dana-
have,
oh,
so
oh,
look
oh,
here, 9 of 12. If you get the cookbook, you get this apron with it, but the other side is Alliance. So I would have loved to have been Alliance, but since Kanara made me join the Horde on Friday, that's why I've got this side on.
I guarantee you, now that she's part of the Horde, she's going to be like, why did I ever consider being Alliance?
I don't know what I'm doing, Kanara. It's just
Why did I ever
Alliance
consider being
sounds
Alliance?
nicer than, Horde.
Horde. Horde for life. All right. I don't have my close-up camera. That's one camera I did not get reinstalled because it doesn't want to work. So I don't have my close-up screen. I took my chuck meat and I diced it up in little cubes like this, little about half-inch cubes like this. I just have it spread out on the cutting board. I'm putting salt, pepper, a little bit of onion, garlic. I'm going to start browning this off. I should probably turn this on in the pan because my stew has to cook for a while. While my stew is cooking, then I'm going to work on the biscuits.
Hey, Kanara, did you ever see the knife that I got from Johnson that he made for me?
Oh, I love the handle on that.
I know, isn't that great?
He does such beautiful work.
And there's my
I need to get some new knives. I'm gonna order a whole set from him.
Dana's
I know
kitchen.
there's issues, but I've got a way around that. How long have I been here? 4 years.
Me too.
Croc.
I've been here for 4
Let's
years.
see, Crocs. Boop. Hey, what's weird is in the stream together. Oh, there it is. Following since April 4th, 2021. The weird part is Crocs. I don't know
Ooh.
who you're talking to, me or Dana.
Well,
We have a
Crocs.
shared chat going on right now. I
So
have no
here's the
idea.
thing. Crocs just followed me. So Crocs has been with me for about 4 minutes, which I appreciate. Thank you for the follow. So I think I think Crocs is talking to you. So
Crocs, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. Crocs is from Sweden.
oh, awesome. Good
He's
that
a
you're
Swedish
here.
guy. But you got to call him by his name used to be Crocs 96.7. And I always did it like the radio voice. And you've done radio, Dana, so I know you're totally up for this.
96.7. Yep.
Crocs 96.7 is in the house.
Yep. Those
Oh
4
my-
minutes did fly by. Oh my what? What's happened?
Okay. Do you guys remember, was it last week, that I was trying to use pepper and my pepper mill was empty? Because Mr. Pepper Addict over there never refills it. Oh. All right, so this was my dirty hand. That's why I was holding it with a paper towel. Now I got to wash everything so I can go put. Oh, he is so fired.
You're promoting my guy, firing your guy.
Yes.
So, and if you don't
He was
know, I've got to check.
No, we just need to take my laptop with me to Texas next time. We'll do the update because I have Windows 10 on my laptop here, and I have Windows 10 on my gaming PC. But apparently by October, I don't know, maybe October 15th, I don't know the exact date, everybody has to be on Windows 11, or you can stay on 10, but they're no longer supporting it. So no more updates to break things or whatever.
Don't updates break things more than they seem to help?
It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. But my thought was, I need to, because I am still on my OBS here, I am still on version 28. And I know I need to update that. But I have been told by a guy he does computers and networking. This is his job. And he said, don't update your OBS until you update your Windows. Update your Windows first, then update OBS, and you'll have a clean install of all the drivers, not updated drivers. I don't know what that means.
Robbie's over here just shaking his head.
He's like, don't touch it.
Don't
touch
do
it, Kenara.
Don't do it.
I got to get this down a little bit so I can put the little tabby thing. Are you? Oh, oil. Doobie 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 doobie. That's good enough. First, it tells me to cook the onions and the peppers and then brown the meat. I'm reversing this. I have found that some of the recipes are kind of bizarre.
I mean, isn't that true of a lot of things?
And not just, lots of recipes are.
I love
kind of wonky.
My favorites are the ones that go preheat your oven and then they say make the marinade and let your meat marinate for 4 hours. Well, why did I turn my oven on yet?
Right?
Don't tell me to turn my oven on.
I have to because it takes my oven 4 hours.
Well, yeah, so that might work for you. For me, 10 minutes tops. So
season your meat. Garlic, onion, salt, pepper. Don't just put it in there willy-nilly. And you don't have to just season the one side, toss it in there, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yummy. I got so many seasonings.
Me too.
I should pull out all my seasonings and try. I have them organized as to baking, everyday seasons, herbs, etc. Eclectic ones that I use maybe once a week, but not like all the time. My overstock is in here. Yeah, I should probably take them all and say, these are all my, I don't organize them by like, these are all my Mexican flavors, these are all my Asian flavors, because they interchange so much. And I used to have them all alphabetical.
So here's what I do. I'm going to show you, Kenara. I don't know if I showed you this when you were here last time. It's time to do it again, but I have a list of my spices in a chart, and I was really good about doing it every 3 months. I would just go through and I started trying to put what date did I open it? So that, and then where is it? Is it in the drawer? Is it in the cabinet? Do I have a backup? Because I cannot tell you there are certain spices that I've bought multiple times, and I was like to my kids, I'm like, here, you get a thing of cumin. Here, you get some cinnamon, because I just ended up buying so many. Or my friends, I'd be like,
that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'd be like, do you need some celery salt? So, and that's because my spices are kind of everywhere. Trying to explain my system. Like if I said to Robbie, please go get the oregano, he'd be like, where is the oregano? Because he would have no clue as to where I actually keep the
Yeah,
oregano.
so on that list, does it say what cupboard?
Yes, so it says drawer or cabinet, and then because
Okay.
I've got 2 places I keep the spices that are currently open, and then I
Like
have a
it.
backup area. And there are 2 of those, one in my pantry and then some in my laundry room. But the stuff in my laundry room are bigger things. But
Yeah, that's like in the back room, I have a 25-pound bag of flour, a 25-pound bag of rice. I just refilled up my sugar,
25
so I've got to
pounds.
buy another 25-pound bag of sugar. But did you guys know, and check your guys' Costco and let me know, my Costco that I have to drive to no longer carries plain white grain rice. All they carry is basmati rice and jasmine rice. That's it on the white rice. Can you believe that?
Can you order it online from them?
No.
No.
I went up to the customer service desk and I said, why are you only keeping jasmine and basmati? That's a pretty specific type of rice. You know, it's not like white rice is very generic and can even replace other rices if I had to. But I wouldn't use jasmine rice or basmati rice as a replacement for plain white rice. So yeah, they don't carry it anymore. So she looked it up in her computer database, the young lady at the thing, and she said it's not even in our database anymore. I'm like, man.
People getting bougie with their rice canar is what it is. They don't want the plain white rice anymore.
They want the fancy rice.
That's right. Do you know what I found the other day at Costco that I was super excited about is they had San Marzano tomatoes, DOP San Marzano tomatoes.
Okay, that gives me hope. Maybe mine will have them back. They only had them, it was about a year and a half ago, and I bought like 6 packs of them. I went back, probably a month later thinking, you know what, I think I want to buy a couple more. They were gone and they haven't been back since.
Oh no. See, this
And I'm
was the
like,
first
"Wow."
time I've seen them over here. And I was like,
Well,
that's
that's
a
where they
lot
took 'em.
cheaper.
I know
They
where they
brought them
took
to
'em.
me. I'm
That's
very
okay.
special.
And by the way, those chilies, I mean those
I am the
tomatoes,
princess.
they are really good. That's a good brand. Oh, okay, well, now I got to wash that hand. Oh, now
The
this hand
brand
is
I
dirty.
have, I think, is a Costco brand. So maybe
Is
that's
it a
why.
yellow can?
No, it's a here. I'll pull one
Oh.
out. They've got their own brand and they are DOP.
Let's see.
So
Oh yeah, okay. I haven't seen. I'll have to at least look for those. The
So-
ones that I found out, they're in
The
a yellow
Cento?
can. I can't remember the brand.
were they
Thank
the
you. Thank you.
Cento?
Yes.
Or Cento, I guess is actually how you would say it.
Is that how you pronounce that? Okay.
Yeah, if you have like a C with a vowel after it, and then it's typically a hard C.
Okay.
So
I did not know that.
or CH. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. I don't know. What am I talking about?
I am so bad. I have been so bad on the chat. Hang on. Wait. Would it be possible to move so we can see what you're cooking on the right? Hey, I don't think it'll show, but hang on. Unlock. Nope. Unlock. Okay. It won't really show. It's just my pot. If you guys want it, you guys let me know where you want it. I will put it wherever you want it. Matter of fact, if you want it right here, I could be Dana. I could be Dana. I'm happy to put it wherever, whatever is easiest for you guys to see and enjoy. That's all that matters. I can say right now, I don't know that I will ever host a collab that is more than one person after going through what I went through today. But the only reason why this is a success is if we can all get some hype in the channel. Y'all know how to do it for Robbie, Randy, Ricky Scrat,
Absolutely.
AKA Drink More, Cook Less, because he's like, okay, just click on this, now do this. And it was just like boom, 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 boom. Psh, and that's how I got it all up yesterday. And I was like, okay, so why didn't the camera thing work? Oh, because, well, we're not live yet. And at least in the stream together thing, it says shared chat will not be active until you are live, which I was like, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
All right, I need that.
All right, so I'm just browning the meat. I'm going to brown some Italian sausage, but in the meantime, I'm going to cut up a jalapeno. Now, I don't know, Dana, have you ever showed them the jalapeno, how to de-seed a jalapeno quickly?
With the spoon?
No. With an
No.
apple corer.
Oh, with an apple core? No, I just do it with a spoon. Where did my red curry paste go?
It's over there on the left.
Is it?
So we take a jalapeno, we just take off the top. This is an apple corer. Right?
Oh, you do it that way. Okay.
You put the apple core in, spin a few times, lift up, like pull the apple core up as you're pulling it out. All the seeds, don't look at me, all the seeds and all the pith, and there's nothing inside that jalapeno now. And now I don't have
Very
to touch,
nice.
I didn't have to touch the juicy juices inside. Now this is Dragon's Breath chili. We're not gonna just add one jalapeno. We're adding one jalapeno for the green peppery flavor, and then we're going to add in 5 chili fever. I learned from Dana to do it with the potato peeler. Oh, potato peeler, the potato peeler would work. Yeah, same type of thing. It's got that thing on there, scoops, grab it around in there. I just like the apple core because it just, well, it doesn't fit like Serrano's. A single peeler would be really good for Serrano, like the old fashioned. We call them peelers now, not potato peeler. We now call it a peeler. That's how I lost it. I was asking him for the peeler and he had no idea what I was talking about. So yeah. So we're gonna dice this up. We're gonna dice up a red onion. And while these are cooking, you know what I am gonna do? Just, oh, I gotta order more gloves soon. Crocs has redeemed a hydrate. I think that's for both of us, Dana.
Oh, okay. Cool. I've got my.
Even though it shows my mason jars next to it, I'm calling it for both.
She's making me do it.
Yeah, Michael, I was watching a stream where it was a panel, and it was the main person, and they hosted 4 other people, and I don't remember the topic that they were discussing, but the chat on 5 streams was excessive. I think if I was going to have like that many people on, I would coordinate it on a day where maybe they're not streaming, that they're just on the show and we get to enjoy the content. The chat, because we didn't know like who, I didn't know like who was talking to whom at that point.
Yeah.
With the community. And that was like, oh, this is kind of a
Well, and you
a
have to be
challenge.
careful, especially when you're doing that you've coordinated auto mods and stuff like that, because that can get really.
Yeah.
I've watched 2 auto mods fight with one another, so you know.
Okay, that's hysterical. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I was just like, okay, this is crazy.
Because
All right.
one had it set at probably like 4 or 5, and the other person probably had it set at a 2. Or
Something.
maybe didn't even have auto mod on.
I don't know. It was wild. All right. So what I'm making right now, Kanar, is I'm making my barbecue sauce for my
Ooh,
Skittle
tell us.
Beth. Thank you for the follow. I'm making the barbecue sauce for my ribs. So it's got like curry paste and onions and garlic and ketchup, and we're gonna put a bottle
Is that
of
what
beer.
you wanted the red curry paste for?
Yeah, and then we're gonna do some beer, some Worcestershire sauce, some molasses, and some apple cider vinegar in there.
Now, do
So.
you cook that or just mix that up or
Nope.
just use it for a base and let the
I am
ribs?
cooking it. I am cooking it. Hopefully I have enough ketchup. If not, I will go grab some gochujang and we'll call it a day.
Yeah. Watching any of the teeth come. Yeah, is because of I think that when they do stuff like that, it should just be one stream. Now, I will say the one nice thing that has changed that Twitch has done, and I do approve of this message. Remember, !vote. This is a Twitch user voice. If you guys have not voted that user voice up, that is for Twitch to give the food and drink community their own club. I talk about this a lot.
I've actually talked to them. I know Kanara's told you guys she's talked to them. I have actually talked to them as well.
Yep. Yeah, they asked, I recommend, they said, can you give me 5 streamers that we should talk to? And I gave them, and yours is one of the 5 names that I gave them.
Nice.
And they said, okay. But I didn't know they were going to reach out to you guys so quickly.
Yep.
I was like, oh, snap.
Yep. So I made time to do that. Actually, I think they contacted me the day after you met them the first time. So
That was probably the second one, because the first one when I met with Dan, was it John you talked to?
no, Dan.
Okay, so John
Danilo?
coordinated it for Dan then. Yeah. He's the one I talked to last August when they were talking about the clubs, and they hadn't even decided the club. I mean, they hadn't decided. They only knew that DJs were going to be the first club, and so I was like, "Hey," and then he said, "Let's talk." So we talked, and then in September I saw him at TwitchCon, and then he reached out to me again. So I talked to him again not too long ago, and then John reached out to me, and then he wanted to talk to me, and it was John who asked for the names.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Dan is the one who does the preliminary interviews and kind of starts getting a feel for people and what's that and what does it do type of thing. I don't know. I am so bad on chat.
You're so bad.
Mopping up some-
Let's see. Find a dry rub that you like, a good bottled sauce, literally only 4 ingredients. Oh, Salt Lick barbecue sauce
Slow
is
mode
great.
becomes a friend for that, yes. And if we need to put on slow mode, we can. That's not a problem.
So,
Like, I'm going to do a stream with Texas Cryptid here.
oh, you are? That's awesome. Texas Cryptid is awesome.
Love their content and food.
Yes.
Ooh, you have ribs
It is
thawing right
great.
now. Ooh, Wolf, what are you going to put on them, Wolf? Okay, if you can find a dry rub you like, a good bottled sauce. Okay, see, I don't know, maybe because I was born and raised in Southern California. I like dry ribs. I'm a dry rib gal. But
I
I
like
don't
both.
mind having a little bit of barbecue sauce on the side, like in a little tiny dipping bowl, so I can put it on how I want it. But I want a lot of seasoning on my ribs.
Yeah.
So that dry rub, it better be coating. It better be coating over there. You prefer dry ribs too? Because I like the taste of the meat.
I don't like it when you take barbecue sauce and you hide the flavor. You should be able to taste the meat, and then the barbecue sauce should just add to it.
That is the way it should be done.
Yeah.
That is the way it should be done. But so many people, they smother it. And it's like, okay, all I'm tasting is barbecue sauce. I forgot, I need a whole onion or half. Well, you know, we're doing a whole onion just because I got it out. That's one thing I don't like about recipes is when they say half of one onion.
And no size,
What kind
no
of
nothing.
onion and what size?
Yep.
And, you know, because my onions out here in the summertime are about 1.5 pounds. They're huge. I mean, they're bigger than softballs. You have ribs in your oven right now? Grandma Wonka, what are you putting on your ribs?
And question, I mean, that's not a bad idea, 9 of 12. And blast for like 15. Yes, Michael, that's my favorite. Like when I cook ribs normal, like my easy rib recipe is to take your ribs and take lemon pepper and cover your ribs with the lemon pepper, stick them and steam them in the oven with beer. And depending on the beer, it's going to give you a slightly different flavor. If you pick a really hoppy beer, your ribs are going to show some of that hoppy flavor. So if you don't really like hops, pick a beer that isn't hoppy.
What kind of beer are you using today?
Today I'm using a coffee porter because coffee and barbecue, coffee flavors inside your barbecue sauces are amazing.
Agreed.
It would be great in your chili too, to be honest.
I'm using a Modelo dark
Modelo's
beer.
good, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Modelo Negro.
But I love coffee in my chili, like putting a little coffee in your chili. And then put your barbecue sauce on, stick them in, and caramelize that barbecue sauce on your ribs is probably my favorite way to do it. Not too much sauce, enough to give you that kind of sticky, yummy goodness on it.
That charred sugar flavor, though,
Yes.
is so good.
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
good.
yes.
You don't want the whole thing like charred, but those little hints. Oh, coffee and unsweetened cocoa powder and chili. Oh, yeah.
Yes, unsweetened cocoa powder.
That is our love language right there.
Yep. And it just sounds like, for people who don't cook a lot, that sounds very, very weird. But unsweetened cocoa powder, coffee, those are such great ways to add a depth of flavor and earthiness to your food. Since it's getting late, yep, it's getting late. Oh, cabbage in a bowl. Right? I haven't made my own
I gotta get some
kimchi.
more sauce.
I'm going to assume
What?
Kanara's made her own kimchi.
I always make my. I haven't bought kimchi in probably 10 years.
I don't think Robbie's not a huge fan of kimchi, which is, so it's like it's like growing up, I didn't get to eat a whole lot of red cabbage. I'd only eat it at my grandmother's because my mom and I were the only ones, and my mom's like, oh, I'm not making it just for the two of us. But and
So
actually,
kimchi,
yeah.
once it's fully fermented, you can freeze it.
You can. Okay, good
You
to
can
know.
freeze it. It'll keep the probiotics, and because your cabbage is already going to be, please let it be in here. I cannot believe that I'm out of beef stock.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I could have sworn that I had a beef and chicken one sitting right here. I would have bet money on it. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. Okay, so we're gonna have to punt, and that is not an issue. It's not there. It's not there. Oh wait,
Did you find it?
I found it.
Oh,
I was like, I knew I wasn't going crazy.
well, those things aren't mutually exclusive, so.
I buy these little ones called by Kitchen Accomplice because they're lower in sodium, and I can mix it up however much I want. I don't have to open up a 14-ounce can if I only need 4 ounces, you know. Hello, Lunari.
So is it,
or
it's a
should I say
concentrate?
Lunari?
So is it like a
Yeah.
concentrate? Okay.
Why isn't my camera focusing? I'm trying to get more, maybe I have to get more light on it. There we go. Anyway, it's by Kitchen Accomplice. There we go. This way, this way, this way. Kitchen Accomplice, they make beef, chicken, and vegetarian. And I love this. So this way I can just have,
Okay.
I can measure out exactly
Cool.
what I need. Must be refrigerated after you open it. So just FYI. I am doing good, Lunari. OBS decided to delete all my cameras. Yeah, that was fun. But
So
and
what
this is
did
my
you do
first
to
stream together,
OBS?
the first
Like,
time. I don't know. I guess I angered it.
yeah, you must have done something. That doesn't happen just, on a whim.
I mean, I had it all working. I'm like, okay, my inlet, her inlet, me big screen, her big screen, so I could go back and forth. I practiced it like numerous times. The only thing was on your inlet, it said that your camera at that time wasn't available because we hadn't done the whole share thing and all that yet. But it had the stream together notification and all that kind of stuff, or OBS notification that was in there. And then the minute we went live, I figured, okay, it should work. The minute she goes live, it'll see the link and that Robbie told me to put in there. But all my cameras were just gone. I had to put them all in this morning. And he saw me testing it yesterday, and I called him over. I said, okay, am I going crazy?
Yes.
Hit my camera button. Does anything happen? I said, you do it. You touch it. I'll walk away. We won't let the computer see me. I'll walk away. And no, it didn't work. So yeah, here we are.
Here we
All right,
are.
I'm just browning this stuff up. This is brown. I'm going to brown up my onions and the peppers, I think. I got to start opening. I need somebody to stand here and hold this book for me. Anybody?
Hold the book.
Anybody at all?
You know what I have? I have a music stand off to the side.
Well, I have a book stand, except that right now I've got stuff.
Well, that's why I'm
everywhere.
like, that's why I got the music
That you guys
stand,
don't see.
because it's not on the calendar.
Oh,
I mean,
like
on the
that. I
counter.
like that.
So it's a whole music stand. They're cheap, and then it'll
Oh, I've
hold your
got 3
cookbook.
because of his
There you
Those
go.
banjo
Because of
music things.
banjo. So you should just grab one of
I go
those.
steal some of those.
Yeah, steal
Okay,
it.
let me take this meat
You're
out.
mad at him anyway for.
Right? I'm not filling up the pepper grinder. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, I know the other thing we need to do. Well, you know what? Let's make sure that there was no soap on that spoon because nothing will give you the gallops quicker than having soap in your food.
Ugh. Yeah, no bueno. All right,
Okay,
so I'm
so-
working on, while my sauce is reducing, I'm working on the honey spiced lichen, which is really kale chips. And so we're doing
Oh,
cayenne.
I like that idea.
So we're doing, we're gonna toss these in a mixture of olive oil, honey, garlic powder, and some cayenne pepper to make them spicy.
I can smell that already.
Can you?
I can. I have actually cooked with Dana, guys, and for those that don't know,
I did
she
almost
really
kill
is
her.
a good cook. No, stop. Stop. But she is really a very, very good cook. I know that those of you who follow her already know this, but those of you who have not followed her, exclamation point Dana, and you can follow her. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't know what a lemon squeezy is, but right there, Dana's Kitchen. Go, do it, own it, rock it, don't delay. This isn't spray, delay, and walk away. This is click today for fun tomorrow. Right there.
Aw.
Okay, we're just gonna dump that in there because
An acute,
I want the
annoying
flavor of the
multi-poo.
Italian sausage. I don't want all the oil from the Italian sausage.
Huh, yeah?
All right, that goes in. I don't know. Things are happening over here. The trolls are trolling.
So Michael was
All right.
saying that at Thanksgiving, his brother spilled all the peppercorns everywhere, and he laughed so hard. What's the worst thing that you've ever spilled everywhere while you were cooking?
Okay. Okay. The worst thing I ever spilled while cooking, I had made about 16 quarts of blackberry juice.
Uh-oh.
Cooked it, got the seasoning absolutely perfect. And I picked up the pan to move it off to start the cooling process, and I wanted to start breaking it down because then I still had to can it, but I wasn't going to be able to can it till the next day, so I had to start cooling it down a whole bit. And I dropped it,
Oh.
and it went boom, but all the blackberry juice came up and out on the ceiling, on the counters, all over the floor. It looked like a crime scene.
Oh my gosh.
But that's not the one that made me cry.
Which one made you cry?
The one that made me cry was every year I make a huge batch of turkey noodle soup with my leftover turkey, and inside my broth I put my own homemade, the leftover stuffing goes in there, leftover gravy goes in there. So that when you have a bowl of this soup, it's like a bowl of Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
At any time of the year. And I love my turkey
Yum.
noodle soup. And I had a big pot, my big 33 quart pot like this with two carcasses in there, my carcass and my mom and dad's carcass. All the extra falderols inside there. Got it all cooked down. I cooked it for about probably 10 to 12 hours to reduce it, to really enhance the flavors. Put the big strainer in the sink. Got everything ready, double lift. Poured it. I'm getting the last vestiges of the bones out of the pot and realized that I never put the other pot under the strainer, and I just poured all that turkey stock right down the drain.
I've done that. I've done that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I have done that, and I've gone, I've just put everything down the
Made me
drain I
cry.
just made. Yeah. The worst thing that's ever, we'll call it spilled, over here is we were bringing groceries in one day, and Robbie dropped a big bottle of fish sauce in our garage that broke, and we had fish.
Oh, I would be gagging for weeks on that one.
You can still, when it gets like 110 outside, you can still get that faint aroma. And that happened like 4 years ago, about 4 years ago. You still get the faint aroma of fish sauce. And that's how you know it's at least 110 degrees outside.
Oh, that makes me gag.
Okay, you know what? I forgot to
that.
actually put the ribs in the oven. So that's, how's your day going?
pro streamer. But see what happens? We get so distracted on our streams. We get so distracted on our streams.
I'm like, I got to get this started and get it in the oven.
But it hasn't been that long.
45
What time is it?
minutes. 45 minutes later. See, they should be like half done now, and now they're just starting.
You have a. Oh, are you gonna leave them in a full rack?
No, I'll cut them up at the end.
I was to say you could just take the whole rack and bend it into an Instant Pot, put it in there for like 15 minutes, and then throw it in the oven.
I could, but we're gonna do it this way. It'll be fine.
I bet they'll be okay. Or just tint them in the oven for a little bit. Just build up some steam in there. That'll add on.
Yep.
Mystery, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't get to welcome you and your crew in earlier. Hi, Claire. We're doing good. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Ish. I'm doing good-ish.
Good-ish. We're doing good-ish. Okay, my onions are in here. Jalapeno is in here. Don't worry, we're adding more spice. We're adding in a can of tomato paste, and that's when I'm going to add in this five chili fever. This contains, and not limited to, gochugaru, bell pepper, Urfa Biber chili, Aleppo chili. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Ají amarillo.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that has got some awesome peppers in there. I love. Have you ever used Urfa Biber
Spice
before?
House.
Have you ever?
No.
Okay, it's so great. It comes from like purple bell peppers.
Ooh.
I think it's Turkish. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on this. And it has this like, brings this super earthy flavor to your chili mixture. It's not really spicy, but it has like this earthiness that goes to it. Ají amarillo, one of my favorites. I love making Peruvian food and throwing that in there, and I've started using it for other stuff because it has a very, very distinct taste and heat to it.
Ooh, I'm excited now to try this.
Yeah, and I love Aleppo pepper. You've got that has some. What is that one called again? You said Spice House?
Exclamation point, Spice by the Spice House. This is one of their blends. And I have ordered spices from a plethora of spice companies. Spice House is the only one I use now. I don't use any of the other ones. So this is called 5 Chili Fever.
5 Chili Fever.
Hopefully that'll show up on screen for y'all. This Spice House.
Yeah,
I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get paid by them. I just like to share with you guys things that I love and things that I use. So we're going to get out of, I can always add more, but I want to bloom some of this. So I know I shouldn't be licking my fingers and doing this.
So this is, I don't know if you can see on mine. This is what Urfa Biber.
Oh, hang on. Let's switch this around. There we go.
So this is Urfa Biber.
Ooh.
It's this nice, dark, earthy pepper. It's so good.
And which one is that?
That's the Urfa Biber.
Urfa Biber. Okay. I'm going to see if they have just that on there.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like,
Right,
if you need to add like that earthiness to your dish, that's a great one. And then when I use ají amarillo, I use, is this it? No, I have ají panca in here right now. I usually use a paste, but
okay.
I love the flavor of it. So, Turkish. Okay, great. I'm glad I was right about something.
You want to know the worst thing about my recipe?
What's the worst thing about your recipe?
It calls for, like a dark beer. It calls for the whole bottle's worth.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I got my blackberry stuff over here.
Yes, because you didn't get to finish the bottle. I hear you.
Tomato paste, the paste spices, pour in the beer, the broth. Sure. We're adding in our beer. Got our tomato paste going on in here. There we go, right there. None left over for the chef. That should be a travesty. There should be a law. There should be a law against that. We're going to add in the rest of our beef stock, which I forgot to stir, but that's okay. It's all going in here anyway. So let's get some more of that. Swirly, swirly. Boom. Now we're gonna start adding in our beans and our meat. We're gonna put our meat back in there. Let that meat cook for a while. Followed by add the ground beef. Yep, meat's right here. All the meat's going in. I only cooked the sausage. I par cooked it because it's going in here for a while to cook. So I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I just cooked it on the outside to give it flavor. We'll let it finish cooking here on the inside. You could use links if you wanted to use like sausage links. Just slice them up. Just dice them up into whatever flavor you want.
Or slice them down the back, take the thing off, and then you can, the casing off. That's what I usually do.
Especially if there are animal casings, I'll just chop them up. But if they're the synthetic casings, I always take them off. I don't like how they bite.
Yeah.
And you can go grab you something out of the fridge. Well, here's the thing. We just decanted that. Let me get a cocktail glass. We just decanted that blackberry infused vodka.
Well, now I want a cocktail. You're making a cocktail?
Yep.
Robbie's like, are we doing a cocktail? And I said, I don't think so, but I guess we are.
Yep.
Hang on, I got to go look one up.
Randy.
Let's look, because I think a blackberry drink like you have, you would see that in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to call it blood wine. Hold up.
Right, that one has
Hold up,
Midori
I'm not
in
using
it.
this glass. Hold.
I don't have blueberry juice or simple syrup. I don't know, Robbie will just have to make something up.
Oh, simple syrup. You can make that real fast.
I know I can. I got enough stuff to do.
Or my go-to for mixers, if I don't have simple syrup, is agave instead of honey, because honey really adds a distinct
flavor.
flavor.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, let's get out one of these limes. Closey, closey.
Yeah, why have artificial casings when you've got all this stuff that's probably going to get thrown away if you don't use it as a natural casing? I remember when my brother one time was just like, Dana, do you know how they make andouille sausage? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, do you know they use like intestine linings? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
He's like, that's weird. And I'm like, or it's the way they've been making sausage for thousands of years. So
Right.
one or the other.
Right there.
Right.
Twitching Bad, thank you so much for that sub. How are you doing today? We're cooking with Dana. Cooking with Dana. Woo! Cooking with Dana. All right, am I supposed to be putting, wait, I got to get my beans in here. All right, I'm doing 1 can of kidney beans. That's what I call kidney beans. And 1 can of pinto beans. We're going to put these in there. This is why you don't ever want to know how sausage is made.
That's right.
There's probably a lot of things people don't want to know how they were made. All right, so followed by the tomato sauce. Okay, done. Pour in the beer, the beef broth, add the beans, the diced tomato, and cook. Oh, and the diced tomatoes. Okay, the diced tomatoes that I am using, because this is Dragon's Breath chili, is we are using Hunt's fire roasted diced tomatoes.
Which, if anybody's buying them, are not spicy. They're just fire roasted, so they have more flavor.
It's just flavor. There's no heat. There's no heat.
But it sounds good for Dragon Breath.
I figure they got roasted by Dragon's Breath.
Yes.
It says
You're exactly right. That's what happened.
2 cups of beer, 2 15-ounce cans of chili beans, boom. 2 28 cans of fire roasted tomatoes. 2 28, okay.
That's a lot of tomatoes for something called chili.
Yeah, I'm just doing 2 cans. I'm not doing 4 cans of these. No, not happening.
Then it'll be more
That
like a
is-
stew than a chili.
Yeah. But I can't use my small camera because it's not working. Usually when you add in tomatoes like this, unless the recipe tells you not to, you do not strain them or drain them. You just let it ride. So I'm thinking, oh, this is actually looking kind of pretty. Let's get our beans in there. I do drain my canned beans.
I forgot to set timers for everything. It's okay.
Pro streamer. We got this. We cook it till it's done. We stay live and we cook it till it's done.
And we look at
Easy
you and
peasy.
go, why didn't you tell me I didn't set a timer? It's all your fault. You can blame other people. It's fun.
Do I have to demote Robbie?
No, I can't. He's got
Okay.
so many. He's so good.
He does. He does.
So
He is like he's like Mr. Wizard. Aquafaba. Not faba. Aquafaba.
Aquafaba.
Okay, let's get these stirred
Black
in
smoke
here.
means it's done. Yes.
Just but remember, we do not. The smoke detector is not a timer.
And now you tell me.
All right, so are we adding in all of our and our spices? All right, I am measuring out my spices the old-fashioned way. I'm going to look at them. I'm doing about 2 teaspoons of cumin.
That's the way
There's
I
about
measure it
1,
most of the time too.
2, okay, looks okay. 2 teaspoons of cumin. Okay, Dana, do me a huge favor.
What?
Would you please turn to 97 in your cookbook, page 97?
97. Yes.
Okay, let's look at the ingredients. Go down like past the like a 1 pound of Italian sausage, 1 pound of chuck, 2 teaspoons ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of what?
I'm
I'm gonna go with chili.
Chili
powder?
chili powder is the yes.
Our books say 1 teaspoon and it's blank.
And then it's blank. I'm gonna go with chili powder. Yeah.
But this is dragon's breath chili. I'm going 2 teaspoons of chili powder.
That sounds good.
The interesting
Are you
part,
doing Are you doing the Thai chilies too, the Thai peppers?
no, I didn't have any of the Thai chilies.
Okay.
I've got to do a run to the Asian store, but that's a 2-hour drive. So I try to time everything where I go to the Asian store or I get my car service. That's 4 hours. Go to the Asian store and I kind of do some shopping type stuff.
Okay.
So just throw the whole spoon in there, right there. Choose your own adventure ingredient. Starts here.
That's it. That is how it goes. Yes. Choose your own adventure. I do that all the time.
know-
I'm like, I'm out of this, so I guess we're using this tonight.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, Crab Cake. What do you think we do a choose your own adventure stream where I give you guys a choice? Meat A, meat B. Boom. We have to use that one. Spice A, spice B, or we'll have like a mystery spice that we'll let him just grab something. He doesn't understand spices at all. This could be kind of hilarious. But we could do something like that. Beef broth, 2 cans of chili beans, 220 out. Chat, how do we feel about adding maybe half of this jar of roasted red bell peppers? I gotta get some of that in there. How am I gonna get that? I know how I'm gonna do that.
I'm a chili purist. I say no, but that's
Okay.
but
Good enough
that's
for
me.
me. Dana has decided. Dana has decided. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. All right. Yes, Rexus, and rightfully so. All right. Inside my chalice, there's my chalice. You can see all the swords on there. See all the swords? Inside my
Nice.
chalice, did it sound like that ice cube exploded to anybody else? I'll do 3 cubes. 3 cubes. I'm going, let's bring this over here. Okay.
We could even do that
Oh,
as a
that's pretty.
kind of a collab stream, is choose your own adventure and see what each of us come up with, the ingredients that are chosen.
Fun. We can do a prediction how we thought the dish was going to
Gonna
go
be
based on the
thought of
ingredients
it.
that we chose. Oh, if I put out these 2 ingredients, I know chat will choose this one. They'll always choose the opposite one. Or I
Of
know if I
course.
do this, the chat will have me do this, like fry it versus bake it, or yeah, I see it now.
Absolutely.
I see it now. All right. Okay. There we go over there. Okay, hang on. What you got going on over there, Dana?
I am shredding some cheese for the biscuits, and I'm going to start doing those because everything is just kind of cooking right now. I did want to show you, I don't know if you've seen this, Kanara, but this is, I've got unicorn cornmeal.
What's unicorn corn?
It's made from a heritage corn, so it has this pinky purpley color to it.
That's gonna be pretty.
And I'm like, let's see if that turns out to be a fun looking cornmeal biscuit as opposed to yellow. Well, we'll see. Because I'm like, that's a
What
weird
about if you
ingredient. Let's
added
buy it.
Blue cornmeal to that.
I don't have any blue. I have masa, but I don't have blue cornmeal, I don't think. So I don't keep blue cornmeal around. I keep blue masa around, but I don't keep blue cornmeal per se.
All right. You know what this dish has not had added to it at all? And it's not even on the list of ingredients on this thing. It's not even on the list. It says nothing about salt and pepper to taste.
Oh.
So this recipe already, for somebody who doesn't do a lot of cooking, this is going to be
A problem.
probably a very bland dish. Yeah, they do have blue cornmeal. Haven't you ever had blue tortilla chips?
Well, and that's made from masa, so usually.
Oh, that's right. I'm
Yeah.
cornmeal, not butter.
I mean, masa is a type of cornmeal, right? So it's just been, it was just ground in a lime kind of, an acidic environment and then dried and ground. So yeah.
Okay, so Tell said, according to the PDF I'm looking at for this book, 1 teaspoon each of cinnamon and cocoa. Okay, I'm down for that. There's about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Does it say what kind of cocoa? Like dark cocoa, regular cocoa?
I would use unsweetened cocoa.
I have unsweetened dark or unsweetened regular.
I would use dark. If you got dark, add that in.
Yeah. Special dark blend. Just says cocoa. Well, then we have decided because.
We've decided it's dark.
Okay. I don't know. You know what? But there we go. We're putting it in there. I also have espresso powder. Sometimes I put espresso powder in my chili.
Espresso powder is good. Like I said, coffee, that's putting coffee in there. Coffee and chocolate.
Let's get this all. Do you have your cocktail? Because I have my cocktail.
I do not have a cocktail yet. I mean,
Anna, I'm really sorry for the struggles that you have to go through.
I know that I don't get my cocktail. I mean, I have multiple people here. I have Robbie, I have Randy, I have Ricky, I have Roy, I have Scrat.
Showing off the ribs
And look, and there's Robbie showing off the ribs in the oven right now that are in the oven.
Right.
And, I have my tech support, and he runs to the refrigerator to get things out sometimes, and he does fun camera work like this. Can I really complain he's not getting me a cocktail? I can.
Yeah.
This is true.
Apparently, yes.
No, okay, so Dana can't complain about Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Scrap because of all the stuff he's doing in the background. I, however.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, you can't yell at Robbie.
You can't yell at Robbie, but I can whine. Whining.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you know what, Robbie? Make one for yourself while you're at it. Treat yourself on me, right there. 25 stream streak from Lord Velos. Let's go. Okay, so this just cooks. I guess I can start on my Biscuits. I was in a panic because I turned around and it's like, okay, so I've got the pan out from my biscuits, and I was like, oh, I forgot to turn on my oven because y'all know how long she takes to heat up. But I remembered it. Let's see what temperature. We have to bake these at what? 375? I'm
Yes,
just at 375, I
375.
think, right now.
I have stuff in both of my ovens right now at different temperatures, so I'm going to have to turn one up. But first, I have to write down the cocktail that Randy is going to make for me. So
that is deliciousness. Now I should have put this into a clear glass. You guys could see the color. The color is just spectacular.
She's not giving any to me. It's really sad. I'm very sad.
Here, take
1,
a sip.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 6.5 ounce
Take a sip.
drink.
Okay. The recipe is on the milder side of dragony, but I encourage you to amp up the spice level with your own preference and choose a beer you like, but one that is not too hoppy, just like what Dana was talking about earlier, because if you put a hoppy beer in there, you're going to have a hoppy chili or a happy chili. What's the command for chug? Okay, here's what's weird. I did it on stream, but here's what's weird. I have never, in all my 60 plus years, have ever done a shot of alcohol. Well, I guess you could take out the first, 18 years is not being. Here. I got to put some spices and seasoning. Here, we'll whisk that up. Add a little bit more spices and seasoning to the bowl. Whiskey. There we go. Get some more. That's the only way he'll eat. But I have never done a shot of alcohol before. They always scared me, and I don't know why. Again, the same reason why I've never done a somersault in my entire life, because I was told I would break my neck and be paralyzed from the neck down. Yeah, my babysitter told me this when I was 8 years old. And I never did. I was terrified. It was horrible.
People do not know how much their words can actually traumatize children.
True. And it was awful. So I never did that. And then I was also told with doing shots, doing a shot, your heart could stop and you would die of a heart attack. And so it's like here I am as a teenager, everybody's sowing their oats and doing their, their stuff behind the scenes type stuff. I was one being the goody two shoes and the designate. I just use the term, I'll drive everybody. So from like 17 on, if they were going to drink or whatever, I was going to be the designated driver. And so they all relied on me for doing that because I was like terrified to do a shot. And then I got older, I just didn't care. Hey DJ, how you doing? So we did one on stream. We hit, I don't remember what the hype, it was a hype train. I said, okay, if we hit X level in a hype train, I will do one shot. And we did a tequila. And so I did the lime and the salt. I didn't know which one came first. I think you lick it, drink it, bite it. I think it's, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
I don't remember. So I did do my very first shot of tequila. My very first shot of any alcohol in my entire life was in my 60s. But I will, and that's what I was going to say, Tel. I can see doing a shot, like you're going over like to a big party, but you haven't like met everybody yet. You're not too sure. No, Dana, I did not do this. In your car, you do a shot before you go inside to like pregame, right? Because you relax, inhibitions drop. I don't have any inhibitions, so I don't need it. I don't need it for that. Probably should have done it for him.
This is true.
He's the shy one. And I could see doing it for that. But other than that, I enjoy having a cocktail. I enjoy conversation with food and a cocktail, and I like that a lot. One shot I have ever done with a shot of 151. That seems harsh.
Well, I'm trying to do blueberry
Fireball.
juice here. It's not working. So we're going to have to punch.
Now, one drink that I like just to sip, mainly back in the early 90s, was Goldschlager. I didn't want to shoot that. I wanted that served chill, like Goldschlager.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, Goldschlager tastes like cinnamon. It has the 24 karat gold flakes in it.
That's probably great for us.
And just so you know, because I was curious. No, you don't see the gold flakes. I figured I'd share that with everybody just so you know. The more you know.
The more you know.
That was my sister's go-to drink, was Goldschlager. Yeah. Hi, Andy. How you doing today?
Hi,
I
Andy.
enjoy canned juice tea and canned cocktails every Friday and Saturday, just so I can lose a few brain cells. Sometimes you need to just take those brain cells out and go, yeah, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you in my life, but I do need more water. I got to get some more waters.
Okay, so I don't have this blueberry loveliness that you have, but I do have this.
I
It's
don't have
a
blueberries either. I have blackberries.
blackberries. This is Marionberry liqueur.
Oh, okay. Hold up. Marionberries are indigenous to Oregon.
Yes.
And I will tell you right now, I don't do fruit, but if I'm going to eat a piece of fruit pie, it's a Marionberry fruit pie. Hands down.
Okay.
Cheers to you, Tell.
All right, so I'm making up a new cocktail here rather than the one that's in the book.
What are we having?
I think we'll take some vodka and some elderflower liqueur and this wild roots and a little bit of tonic. What do you think?
All of it.
All of it. All
I
right.
will do all of it.
Here you go. Here's your recipe.
I always have limes on. I like limes over lemons for that hit of acid. That just sounded wrong.
No, but I'm with you.
I'm not taking hits. I'm not taking hits of acid, people. But yeah, is stress enough reason to drink? Yes, Shayna. Especially, I almost had a mimosa this morning because I turned on my OBS and everything was just bye. Coffee lovers are around. Now I will say, if you take really good espresso beans, I remember it's espresso, not espresso. Now you express yourself sometimes more after having espresso.
Yeah, you can.
Because you're hyped up on it. But take really good quality espresso beans and soak in vodka and then strain those out. You have a beautiful coffee infused vodka. That makes a great coffee martini. Nami, nami, nami.
I love me a
Saskatoon
good
berry liqueur.
espresso martini.
Oh, especially, I mean, if it's done right, it's decadence to me.
Thank you for the follow.
I have a hard time, like when I do them here at home, I have to do them because I do an espresso martini. You can do one where they do the cream at the very end so it kind of floats on the top.
Uh-huh.
And I can't do those in the public because I can't do regular dairy. Are you
Oh.
kidding? So I have to tell them, I just want an espresso martini and tell me what all's in it other than the cream. And I'll let you know if I need a little bit more of the simple syrup or not, because cream has sweetness to it. Are you boiling? Oh, you are. Look at you doing it. Look at you doing it. Okay, do we need this anymore? No.
What is
need
this?
Can opener.
Oh.
I call them keys. I don't know what you call them. Let me get one. I call it a bar key. Does anybody know what I'm talking about when I say a bar key? This is a bar key.
We call them church keys.
Church keys. I like that
Yeah.
even better. I like that. But I always call it a bar key. So whenever, and it's funny too because I have people come over and go, "Hey, top drawer, can you hand me the key?" And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, the bar key." Because then I figure, oh, they're like, "What? You want your house key? I mean, what's in the top?" I said, "Oh, the bar key," because I figure they'll know what that is. But a lot of people don't know what those are called. A lot of Val'Sharah cheddar corn biscuits. She is making some really beautiful ribs over there too, that are just stunning. It's funny when you type in menu. That's good though. I just realized this. This is interesting. So
There we go.
Scooter, you typed that in Dana's kitchen, so it shows us what Dana's cooking, and that way it didn't trigger the
Yours,
menu
guys.
in mine as well. I love that. I didn't know it did that. When I learned of bar keys. You're welcome, Michael. You're welcome, right there. Those ribs. Ooh, let's switch over. Hang on. Let's switch over, you guys. Let's look at.
So we're putting some of the barbecue sauce that we made on here.
I think I have those same white bowls. They're perfect.
Yes,
We're just
they
putting
work out well.
a little butter or.
I actually have a really cool one I'll show you in a second that I use for the barbecue because it's stainless steel, but it has a place for the brush to sit. You
have to show me that. I need to see that.
Yeah, hang on. Turn back over.
You
There
were
we go.
being asked if you take the membrane off the bank. Some recipes say do it, and others say it doesn't matter.
All the time, absolutely. I don't like to have the membrane on the back of it. My butcher is great because most of the time when I go, it's already off, so I don't have to do it.
Nice. Very nice.
Yep.
I always take mine off.
Yeah.
You'll get some people who say, oh, but it helps hold the moisture in. Not on the back of the ribs.
It's just
That's
not.
not
If
gonna
you
help
make
anything
it
on the back
correctly,
rib.
you don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here, let me get it out of here.
Wait. Hang on. Come back over here.
Here. So this is. Ooh. See, and then you can lean your brush up against that, and you can carry everything out like that. So when you've got food in this hand and this, you
That
can
is
carry it all out.
clever.
Yeah. I don't know where the brush is that came with it, so I'll probably have to go look for that, but. That it didn't get,
So,
and it's got a
Michael-
little pour spout on it too. So if you need to pour it,
So you can actually just you can actually use that handle then and just kind of pour it over. I'd still
Yeah.
brush it though, because otherwise it's just gonna have it in one spot. But Michael, if you more so on the meatier end than on the thin, because ribs when they get separated, you're gonna have the meatier side, and you're gonna have the thinner side. On the meatier side, grab particularly if you have a fillet knife or
Yeah.
even a small paring knife. Take that knife and hold it perfectly level and just kind of stick it between the bone and that
where the meat is.
that silver skin that's on the back, and just lift it up, and then and just give yourself a
And
corner.
then you go, "Yeah," and then you
Take
rip
a paper
it.
towel. A lot of people they fight with it, and I watch their hands pull out. Take a paper towel, grab that piece, and just pull. It'll pull off in one sheet. You don't have to worry about getting that skin off that's up underneath the bottom of where the little fat pockets are. If the meat is folded over, you don't have to worry about that. But just one big, it will pull. Yeah, use a paper towel. Use a paper towel.
paper
is the
towel
way
will
to
help.
do it. A lot. I cannot tell you how many racks of ribs in culinary school I watched hit the floor because people weren't using a paper towel. I will say that was the nice thing about doing culinary school at my age, because I'd already been cooking for years. I didn't have the restaurant experience. A lot of those young kids that were in there, they had a lot of restaurant experience that I didn't have. So they had skill set that they knew how to do that I was just learning because I didn't understand it. And that was one of the things, was grab that and just pull it right off. So I want you to go make a batch of ribs, Michael, and I want you to lift that skin up, use a paper towel, grab that whole thing and pull it. And if the paper towel tears a little bit, just get the other end of the paper towel. One little piece of a paper towel, you can take the skins off of 4 to 5 racks of ribs without issue. Okay, and I want you to report back. This is your homework assignment. I want you to report back. Hi, Fajita.
All right, here comes my drink.
Oh, that's so good. Wait, what are we having? Hold up. Hold up. The elusive Robbie Randy Ricky Spratt is in the stream. Oh. And I don't know who said it earlier, but the lantern is a nice touch. I like that.
Yeah, we've got a couple.
Okay.
We're cooking World of Warcraft. I figure we're at a campsite and we need, I'm cooking wild boar, even though it's not really. I almost got wild boar.
I would have to have the stand with the hook on the end that holds. I'd have to get out my cast iron chili pot that I use over campfires and hang it there and then cook it over an open fire.
That would be awesome.
How's your drink? Oh, here, cheers.
Cheers. It's actually yummy. It's super yummy.
We got the cheers going on. I love the color.
Yeah, that's that Marionberry liqueur.
I don't follow any sports, Michael. I'm sorry. I never got into sports. He was never into sports. Even when he was younger, we just don't watch.
We
just don't
do
watch
though. We're in
sports.
Dallas,
That's
so I think that's stars.
I root for whoever my friends are rooting for. That's who I root for.
They moved on.
So, because Dana and Robbie are in Dallas, go Dallas.
Go Dallas. Dallas Stars hockey. Dallas Stars. We're heading towards the Stanley Cup.
I didn't even know what sports we were talking about.
Except that I'm rooting for the Blues, or was rooting for the Blues, but St. Louis.
I already have 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour in here. Hey, get creme delish!
You're
Exclamation
on
point creme.
Graham,
1 cup of
hello.
cornmeal.
All right, where's
1
my
cup
cornmeal?
of cornmeal.
She's ahead of me. I was ahead of her. How did this happen?
Wait, 1 cup. Here's a third of a cup. My 1 cup, I don't know where it is. So here's a third. There is 2/3. There is 3/3, aka 1 cup. Now after I add the flour and the cornmeal together, I mix those two together to incorporate. I still have to grate my butter. Butter.
Oh, she's grating her butter.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the pastry cutter thing, majiggy, but I have to get out a bigger bowl to be able to use that thing. I didn't want to.
And it's a pain to clean.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so there
but
is
I'm gonna
my.
have to use that.
Oh, we're not using any eggs in this? Well, I'd make it too cakey. If you guys do not have buttermilk, you can make your own at home. Here I have 1 cup of my low-fat, non-dairy butter. It is cow dairy, but it's lactose-free. This is not almond milk. This is not oat milk. It doesn't work quite the same way thickness-wise, but for acidity, it does just as well. But to this, I add about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of bottled lemon juice. I don't do fresh lemons. The reason for that is that the acidity level is not going to be consistent from lemon to lemon or whatever. And I need that 5% acidity to interact with the baking powder we're putting in there to give it our lift. I need lift.
Look at the color of that corn flour.
Oh, hold up, guys. Wait, let me switch it. Okay. Ooh, that's so pretty. I see why they call it unicorn. I see that. Will you send me that in a link later, or?
I sent you a picture. No, I didn't send you a picture.
did you?
I'm sorry. I sent it to my best friend because we were on the phone when I was talking about it. So that wasn't my best friend from high school.
I would love to have.
I will do
I would
this.
love to have
It
a
is
link for
called,
that.
in case anybody wants to know, it is Marsh Hen Mills Unicorn Cornmeal.
Right there.
And they do.
We're all gonna buy it.
There you go, unicorn cornmeal. And they also have blue cornmeal. So it's a little company, that does their thing.
That masa that you sent to me.
Oh my gosh, isn't that the best? The masa.
That stuff is absolutely fantastic. You guys have each other in your image, so it's okay, hang on. How's that? We're just switching back and forth. This is my first time hosting a collab. I've never done one before. So this is all very new to me. I should have froze this butter instead of just having it refrigerated. It's going very well. Thank you, Michael. Her cornbread is going to be so freaking pretty, I think.
We're going to see. Well, they're corn biscuits. So I think we're looking for like more of a drop biscuit texture on these rather than a cornmeal texture. So I think I
have my scooper out.
Yeah, I think that's why there's probably maybe not an egg in it. I don't know. 2.5 teaspoons. So 1, 2. I used to have, that's the kind of biscuits my mom would make all the time. She didn't make like rolled out biscuits or anything. She always made drop biscuits. That's what I kind of grew up on.
I grew up on Bisquick drop biscuits.
That's what they were. They were Bisquick drop biscuits.
Biscuit drop biscuits right there. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Bisquick growing up was your breading for pork chops, your breading for chicken, your biscuits, your waffles, your pancakes. Everything. That aren't dry. Ouch. Buttermilk is going to help with that because it's going to have a higher protein level than just using milk. So higher protein will give you a moister biscuit. But a lot of times people overbake them.
Yes.
Ouch. Almost got my thumb in there, but I didn't. Come on, get off of there. We'll just chop up those little pieces. separate. You know, I don't think grating refrigerated butter was the smartest thing because a lot of the butter is sticking to the inside.
I'm just going to chop mine up and then use my
That's what I
pastry
should have done.
cutter. Live and learn. Right. We all learn from each other.
My chuck steak really small. It called for like 1-inch chunks. I'm like, this is a chili. Everything should be. Now, I know that some people are anti-beans in chili. Competition chili does not have beans. So if you are going to a competition for your chili,
It
does not put beans in.
depends. It depends on
Oh,
what
really?
yes, so it depends on what category you're going for. So the main chili cannot have beans in it, but there is a category called home style chili, I think is what it's called. That can have beans in it, and then they have one that is
makes sense.
that's green chili. So you can use chicken or whatever you want in
So
that.
home style chili makes sense because if you were cooking beans at home, you would have access to beans.
Yeah.
But when you were out on the trail, you know, and you're making, you know, beans out, you know, like chili out on the trail, you don't have access to beans and all this fresh stuff. You had your hard dried beef, your jerky stuff, and then that was it. That's all you had.
So yeah, so in competition chili, there are typically 3 different categories that are official. So those are official ones from the like International Chili Association, whatever they're called.
So
But,
I made a blackberry chili once,
ooh,
and I entered it into a contest, and they DQ'd me.
oh no, because you have
And I
blackberries
didn't
in there?
enter. I actually had blackberries in because blackberries. A lot of people think blackberries are sweet, and they're not super sweet. They're one of the lowest fruits, or one of the lowest glycemic index of fruits. So that's why you add a lot of sugar, like in your jams and stuff. But it was funny because I didn't enter it like in traditional chili, because I knew that's like okay, there was like a unique chili or something like this, and that's what I entered it in, and they were like, no, you added fruit to your chili. Well, that person added onions, or that person didn't add onions, or that this is
That
supposed to be a
person
category
added
for
tomatoes, which
uniqueness.
is a fruit.
Yeah. Boom. Oh, that would, I should have said something like that. That would have been good. That's a good comeback right there. Yeah. So they DQ'd me, and I'm like, all right. Y'all have no imagination.
Whatever.
That's right. That's right, Michael. Okay. What else is going in here? Did I not get my, here, did I say, I know I got this out. All right. My buttermilk, baking powder. We have a little bit of salt. You want to know something good to put on top of your biscuits when they're baking is brush them with butter and put fresh cracked pepper.
Ooh,
That's some good stuff on your biscuits.
that is good stuff. I haven't even thought about that.
I do that a lot with my standard, just my regular biscuits, like when I'm doing like biscuits and gravy and stuff. I'll put that inside there or on top. That is just
Yeah,
so
that'd
good.
be
Okay, what
good.
do we put inside here? There's my butter. It wants a half a teaspoon of salt. Michael, thank you for that follow. That is so nice of you.
And I do want to give.
We love having new families.
Yeah, and I need to give a hello and welcome and thank you to Zena's Cosmic Earth and Shanna Nana Gaines, and there's a couple people underneath that. Shanana. I think it's Manamana. But I like Shanana.
Well, we also sing it with, like when you're in, like World of Warcraft or ESO with stamina for tanks. Stamina. Stamina. Who was it that was doing? Oh, somebody ripped Bobby Flay on TikTok today about he washes his chicken but doesn't wash his rice, and just showed why he's got that totally backwards. And somebody said they think he messed up and he flipped what he meant to say, but he didn't. And it was a live interview, but he didn't want to sound like an idiot, so he just
Double down.
powered through it. Doubled down. Double down right there. Okay, so combine the flour, the cornmeal, the baking powder, the salt in a medium bowl. Put in the butter, add the cheese. How much cheese are we adding? A half a cup of cheese? A half a
Yep.
cup of cheese? I'm adding my lactose-free cheese. And I have more. This is the best lactose-free cheese I have ever used. Violife, they have Colby
BioLife.
shredded, mozzarella, and regular cheddar, but it melts like real cheese.
Well, if it's
Yeah, Jeff,
lactose free, it's real cheese, right? It just doesn't have the milk
no,
sugars
there's
in
no
it.
dairy.
Oh, there's
There's
no
no dairy in
dairy
this
in
at
it.
all.
Okay.
Yeah, this okay. I should let me preface that. Vegan.
Okay.
This is vegan cheese. How about that? There we go. But yeah, he has lost a lot of credibility. This is why I keep telling Twitch they have got to do the food club because they are sitting on the precipice of something incredible. And that is, now they can't use the term, right? Because the term has already been coined, but let me cut this, there we go. They could be the next Food Network, but not Food Network, right? And I'm not saying don't use these fancy chefs. People like that they can come in and talk and ask questions and they get immediate feedback. Now, granted, when you're working with other people, stuff like that, it's you know, you got a lot going on and stuff like that. So this isn't an instructional stream. This is fun and hanging out with friends and doing whatever. But if I was doing one of my instructional streams, they could be asking live questions and getting feedback. And to me, that is huge.
I agree.
All right, so how much baking powder was it? A teaspoon? I don't know how much
No, it's
teaspoon it
actually
is.
quite a lot. It is for baking powder 2.5 teaspoons. I was like, wow, that's a
2.5
lot.
teaspoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where my half teaspoon is, so we're gonna wing it.
I'm feeling better about my cooking style. My mom used to. My mom was a recipe follower, and if she made,
So was my mom.
and if she made changes, she wrote them down, which I gotta hand it to her. I'm not as good at that, but we come for.
I
She'd
write
come
in
over.
cookbooks.
Oh, I write in all of my books.
Yeah.
But because people are like, go to the library. I said they wouldn't like me very much because I write in all the books that I read. But my mom would just be like, where's your recipe? And I'd be like, I mean, I know which flavors go together and I know how to cook the protein, so it's okay. But she was always
I
like,
think
you're
part of
driving me
that is
crazy.
because the access that we have now that our parents didn't have, and our parents, I know my parents were very big on canned vegetables until asparagus and artichokes came into season. And then we would eat artichokes for a week because that's all we got for the season. And then we'd eat asparagus for a week and that's all we got for the season. And then it was back to canned corn, canned green beans, canned this and canned that. So yeah. You know what? I'm adding some fresh cracked pepper to my cornbread. I just think it's going to add a nice little. How you
Cracked
doing?
pepper? Yeah, I like that idea.
Now these are supposed to be dropped onto a cookie sheet. Oh,
That has
how about
parchment
we add
paper on
milk?
it. That would help. You probably want that in there before you put them
Can
on
you
the
imagine?
baking
I would
sheet.
get out my scooper and go, man, these things are really dry.
What is going on here?
All right, I got my sheet. Aw, sheet. Haha, didn't really say it. Neener, neener, neener.
Yeah, kids get in trouble for that. It's like
This is a thick batter.
it's very thick. Yeah.
It's chunky. It's chunky. Canned peas are an abomination. My mom would open up, she used to buy these little mini cans of sweet peas. She would just open up the can and eat them out of the can with a spoon.
Yep.
That was like her afternoon snack. They are creme, and they mainly come into season in February, which is kind of interesting. That's why we have them so early in the spring. Okay, it's starting to come together now. I don't want to over mix this dough because I'll end up with a very tough biscuit.
Yeah.
All right. So it says to drop them on here in quarter cups. Are we waxing the spouse? Who are we waxing, Colab? Who are we waxing?
Spouses or the spoons?
I
I don't know what it means.
I'm confused. It's not even a Saturday night, Colab.
Oops,
My mom and
that
I
didn't
used
get
to
mixed
steam them.
enough.
And so that's exactly what we do. But my mom ate hers with mayonnaise. Do you know mayonnaise was used before butter? So my mom used mayonnaise. In all honesty, she probably used, if I look back, she probably used Miracle Whip because my mom did
Ugh.
not like mayonnaise. Can you imagine Miracle Whip?
Robbie prefers Miracle Whip to mayonnaise. I said, that's
There
good.
is
You
a
may
time and
go.
a place for Miracle Whip.
I
but-
agree. There's okay. Like maybe on a sandwich, but
Especially if it's a sandwich with really salty cold cuts.
okay.
I would use a Miracle Whip on that. How many biscuits are we supposed to get out of this? My book, I've already put it away. I'm measuring these things. These are actually all a quarter.
About a dozen, it says.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm just using my hands now. I've given up.
I have a scooper that's exactly a quarter of a cup.
Me too, but I've
This is my
given up.
ice cream scooper. I worked at a deli and we used Miracle Whip for tuna salad. Yeah, my mom did, but my mom also washed the tuna when it came out of the can.
Ugh.
Not with soap and water, but she would put it to a colander and she washed it.
She
There
wanted to
was
make
not going to be any fishy taste for her.
Fish is
like,
one of
"Okay,
those
Mom."
things that it's the one thing that when it tastes like what it's supposed to taste like, then people don't like it. Because if you
Yes.
say a fish tastes really fishy, that usually means it's bad, right? Whereas like if you said this beef tastes really beefy, that'd be like, cool, give me some
That's
more
a
of
good
that.
point. That is a good point. Oh man, this has got the beef flavor. Everybody runs to the butcher to get it.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, hang on. Let's see. There's 4. I got 10 biscuits, and I measured them.
Oh, I don't know what you did. I'm gonna have probably more than 12. So I'll just add some.
Each one of these is exactly a quarter of a cup, but I am going to smash them down.
Mine
a little bit.
are somewhere between a quarter cup and something else. I don't know.
They're going to be delicious no matter what.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, let me rinse these.
Just remember, 2 days ago I had no idea what I was making.
Hey, nailed it. All right, these are what's going to go in the refrigerator. These are what's going to go into the oven. These are just my cornmeal biscuits. Now, how long do these bake for? They bake for 25 to 30 minutes, or until the tops of the biscuits are golden brown. Miss Athena, could we do a 15-minute timer so I can roll these bad boys around? You gotta roll with it, baby.
Let me know when you do that and I'll do mine too.
Oh, mine are in.
I'm about to put mine in right now.
Okay, hurry up. Go do it right now.
Jeez.
Go do it right now.
And
In all honesty, your oven will probably cook them faster than my oven will, because when I open up the door, I use a lot of heat. A lot of heat gets lost. I'm gonna test. Oh, here's my clap. Unicorn cornmeal. Oh, it could be because it's like being shipped in or something like that. That could be. You never know how things are gonna be. The unicorn cornmeal in Canada.
I'm not worried about it, Colab.
Okay, I can definitely smell. That's weird. I can smell the cinnamon in here cooking.
And
But
I
what
have
wanna
to say,
see is,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. I'm just sitting here stirring stuff. Hi, Crochet.
All right.
Hot. That could be good. I cut the chuck steak into about a little over a quarter of an inch, between a quarter and a half, those two, because it would cook faster. Crochet, how are you doing? If you guys are not following Crochet, there's a shout out for Crochet right now. There's the follow heart. right up there. Click on that. She teaches you how to crochet. It shows you what she's crocheting. There have been times where I have gone into her stream and she's working on a project. And I asked her about, oh, I'm trying to figure out this stitch here. She stops what she's doing. Well, here you go. And I realize where I'm missing something. Or she is absolutely a gem here on Twitch that more people need to be aware of.
Very nice.
Okay,
Yeah, this didn't work for.
I will tell you,
Go
based
ahead.
on the seasoning, this didn't need the cinnamon.
I'm not a big cinnamon in my chili. I'll
Yeah,
put a
didn't need
little
it.
bit of it in my moles when I make it, but for some reason, cinnamon in because most of them want you to toast it before you put it in. To me, it starts to taste burned.
And if you toast it, it makes it even stronger.
Yeah. So I'm just like, most of the time I put in less or I just omit it altogether when recipes call for it in savory things for my own palate. If I'm making it for somebody else who loves it, I'll do whatever. But
I added another teaspoon of our peppers. That pepper blend, I should say.
yeah. Fire, that is fire, that blend.
That is the fire blend
Yeah.
right there.
But I mean it's also
Good green
fire
pepper meat.
from it's got great peppers in there.
The fire heat. Hey, what? Oh, I got blackberry juice all over it, and it looks like a crime scene.
Gotta love that.
Oh man, when I spilt that stuff, it was horrible. By the way, if you ever stain your clothes with red wine, use white wine to get it out.
Interesting.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? While that's cooking real quick, I am going to just throw some quick little dishes in here while I can.
Thank you for the follow.
All the follows. Y'all
All the
should be following Dana.
follows. If you're not following Kanara, go follow Kanara. If you're not following me, come follow me.
Wherever you go,
Bussing over
whatever
here.
you do, we'll always get through it
Together.
Okay, I'm getting the water hot. I'm trying not to drop dishes to make them be so loud. I
Okay.
just figure if I could get a few of these in here, that would be, oh, sorry, that would be awesome. All right, that can go in there.
I should roast these before I use them. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna
Wait,
take
what are we
these.
roasting?
Some jalapenos. I'm just going to roast them before I put them in the compound butter.
Turn the fan on now.
I'll be fine. It's okay. It's just
Turn
Robbie.
the fan on now. Through thick and thin together, we're in together right now. That is such a cute little like vaudeville skit. Didn't Lucille Ball and Ethel on the I Love Lucy show perform that? But was it in blackface? That's what I can't remember. I know there was one episode. I don't know if it was I Love Lucy or if it was Abbott and Costello. And they probably don't even show it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking when you started singing it, it was Laverne and Shirley, but maybe it was Lucy and Ethel.
Oh no, I think it was probably on Laverne and Shirley. I just go back to Lucy and the Lucille Ball show. That's what my roots are. Golden Girls. Did Golden Girls have a blackface episode? Did they really? Wow, I don't remember that. Now I gotta look it up.
All right,
I am trying to find it, but there is. Okay, so you guys know Cards Against Humanity? I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it was
Yes.
that game, which is it's an adult game. It's not something I always tell people if you're going to play it on stream, play it with a warning, because there is some
For sure.
heavily charged political stuff in there, heavily charged sexual stuff in there, drug references, all sorts of weird things that are in there. But that's the nature of the game. Well, apparently they have Cards Against the Golden Girls. So it's played like Cards Against Humanity, but it's the Golden Girls.
Oh my gosh.
If anybody finds out, let me know.
So if you were a golden girl, which one would you be?
Okay, so here's what's weird. If you think about this, everybody can look at this and go, do I have the traits of Dorothy, Rose, Blanche, Sophia? We have the traits of all of them within us.
For sure.
We just tend to lean more towards the other one. I know which one I am, and I think everybody knows which one I am. I am Dorothy. I'm loud, I'm opinionated, and but I'm not as she tends to be sometimes where she goes for the throat. I go for the throat, but I do it when I'm loud in front of you, and then I walk quietly behind you. You never know what was happening. Sophia is hysterical. Picture it, Sicily, 1924. And there's a bit of promiscuous in all of us, particularly if you've had a couple of cocktails. I'm just saying, but and that would be, hey, there you go.
There we are.
What happened over there?
Robbie was
and
using
then, that carefree, whimsical side that was Rose.
We should all have a little more Rose in us. Back in Olaf.
What's interesting,
St. Olaf.
and everybody, when you read it all, they were all supposed to be different characters. But as they auditioned and as they gave out these, so they had them read for all the parts, and they're like, okay, I believe Rose was supposed to be Blanche, and Blanche was supposed to be Dorothy, and Dorothy was supposed to be Rose. But when they had them read all the parts and put their own spin on each character, because they didn't know how they really wanted them to do it, it was like, nope, Betty is definitely Rose, and I think that was fantastic.
Well, because, Betty White played a pretty promiscuous character on Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes, with Ted Knight and...
yeah. And so that makes
Asner?
sense. And so that makes sense, except that B. Arthur playing the Rose part does not make sense to me at all.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Now, here's what gets me is I watched Golden Girls from the time it was released, and I've watched the reruns hundreds of times since. But what's interesting is that they're called the Golden Girls because they're supposed to be in their golden years.
Oh, yeah, and they're so young.
And the youngest of them was supposed to be about 55, and the oldest was 58, other than Sophia. And I'm not doing this because Sophia is short. I'm just saying,
Sophia wasn't
Sophia's
even the oldest actress.
No, she was the youngest.
Yeah, which is so crazy.
If you go back, if you look at the very first episode up to season 1, like episode 2 or 3, and then you watch like season 4, episode 2 or 3 or whatnot, and how their characters have it is incredible. I just bought the People set of Golden Girls. I wish I could download the entire series of the Golden Girls.
No, the Little People set. There's a Little People set of the Golden Girls. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to get that and hand them out to my friends.
There's also a Golden Girls crochet set where you can crochet amigurumi. Is that what it is? Crochet would know. Crochet's like, I'm Sophia. and Crochet's out there giving wisdom to everybody. Crochet, have you seen the Golden Girls dolls? The amigurumi I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's oh yeah, okay. So amigurumi.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
You crochet shapes like
that. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Like
Yep.
dolls, playthings, or whatever. I don't know what you'd actually call them. I watched an old episode of Love Connection. Oh my gosh, the Love Connection. Holy cow.
So crazy. The shows. The Love Boat. Who watched The Love Boat?
Love American Style.
I remember that too.
Me and you. All the fireworks would go off.
I remember that. Robbie's too young to remember these things.
There was Ironside. Good times. Good times. Oops.
So we have to ask Robbie. Robbie, which Golden Girl am I?
Ooh, that's a good question. Hi, Omi. How are you doing today?
Does this have a right answer?
No.
My face is a narrator. Omi, you're killing me. Mary Todd.
I'm just curious as to who you think I am.
There's no wrong answer, Robbie. You're safe.
Is he?
Because we love all the Golden Girls.
We do.
We love all the Golden Girls.
We'll
and
just say
Robbie's
Rose.
sleeping on the couch tonight.
Rose. Okay. That's interesting that I'm Rose.
Rose is, you can't help but love Rose. Rose can do no wrong. Rose wears her emotions on her sleeve. She is honest to a fault. She is caring to a fault. And I could see a large part of that being Dana, because Dana cares about people. And Dana's just very genuine. I'm a cross between Sophia and Rose, wanting to be Blanche. I love that. But you know, when you look at the Golden Girls, you look at each one of their traits, stuff like that, we can say that we have all of them. Mm-hmm. Keith, thank you for the donation. So the book is in the other room. It is the legend. It's called Nice Rack. The Legend of Tammy.
Yeah, I've got to
That's
do
our
that
next
today.
Channel Point redemption.
Hang on. I got to do that.
Oh, no. Shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything.
There we go. All right.
Dana has contributed. Great.
Right
Little
here,
sorcerer.
live, you got to see me contribute to Nice Rack.
Thank you, Omi. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the fridge only because we'll put this on top of our chili.
The cheese.
Put this on top of our chili. Yeah. Oh, so I found, it's called Simply Light Orange Juice. It has 50% less sugar.
Yeah.
I always hate orange juice because it's so sweet. It's like, oranges are not that sweet. I mean, oranges are sweet, but they're not that sweet. But this
Well-
also, but does this have just oranges? Is that all this has in it?
Probably.
Filtered water, orange juice. Yeah, that's it.
It just takes out some of the sugars, probably.
Acid provides tartness. But to me, it tastes like there's, almost like there's like a mixture of tangerine in here, but it doesn't mention tangerines. But I was like, oh my gosh, that was actually like really, really good. I was like, all right, we're gonna do it. And they only had one left at the grocery store, so I bought it. Just like I bought both bags of those Korean fried chicken potato chips. Okay, so the three that are up for the three that are up for vote. If you guys go to Lay's Potato Chips, they're having a contest to vote between these three flavors. The three flavors are Korean fried chicken. It is fantastic. Number one. Number two, the one I
Thank you for the
don't
follow.
agree on is the. Hang on, I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. Lay's potato chips vote. Here we go. Do us a flavor. We're going to bring this over here. That's what they call it, not me. I'm not quite that creative. Okay, so you can go on and you can vote for your favorite. And okay, I gotta do the whole thing about the cookies. Submit preferences. Yep, I don't want anything, thank you, but they still do it. Okay, Lay's Valentino and lime. Valentina, and I don't want this closed. I don't care. Okay, you know what?
I know, it's such a pain, isn't it?
You should not have to say I don't want ads. You know, Valentina and lime. Now, what Valentina is a Mexican hot sauce. And I just happen to have a new bottle here. I just bought this.
Let's see.
Oh, that didn't work. Hang on. Boop. Valentina. This is the hot sauce. So this flavor of this Valentina hot sauce and lime, well, don't they already have a chili, spinning the thing. Don't they already have a chili lime Lay's potato chip? It comes in a pink bag. Where's my other glove?
But this is a way for them to get paid or to do a collab. Alert, spin the biscuits. Spin the biscuits. Time to spin the biscuits.
Okay, these look good. And
Kanara,
Yep.
time to spin the
Another
biscuits.
Yep, another 15 minutes. I've already spun.
Oh, then it's just my problem. Okay, they're spun.
They're spun.
They're
The
spun.
other one is, okay, Lay's bacon grilled cheese. Well, they've already done cheese potato chips.
But this has
Eh.
bacon.
Yeah, but is it going to be that much bacon flavor to it? Why not just make bacon? Just do just bacon. They've done bacon loaded baked potato before, and that one was a huge flop because it was like loaded baked potato, but we already have potato because we're already eating the thing. But then the other one, red bean bitter cream. How are you doing? The wavy Korean fried chicken, which is delicious. I'm going to do this. So I bought 2 bags. My other bag is out in the freezer. I bought 2 bags. I'm going to take the last bag. I'm going to take at least half of it and crunch it up. And I'm going to take my chicken, dip it in flour, shake, 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 dip it in egg, and then dip it in the crushed up potato chips, the Korean fried potato chips, and fry it. And we're going to make a gochujang sauce to go with it. Kimchi, would that be a
sound
good potato
good.
chip? That would be fantastic. I would do that one.
Sounds good.
Somebody else had also mentioned they were doing, and they said they haven't accepted mine yet. I'm trying to remember what the other flavor was, but it was it was something to make it spicy, and I can't remember what she had to make it spicy, but it was the like the orange chicken flavor.
Oh, okay.
Something that brought me to eat. I thought that would be I think that'd be good. Got to see that stream. Which stream are we talking about? Yes, but a lot of these fancy flavors, they come out for like a month or 2, and then they go away, and then you're still stuck with sour cream and onion, barbecue, limon, which really wrecks my mouth.
It
dill
does,
pickle
right?
one,
Yeah. All
the
those,
limon, there's so much citric acid on those chips, it's horrible for me.
anything that's really acidic with the potato chip, even
Yeah,
salt and vinegar. All of those, I
yeah.
like the first 2 or 3 bites, and then I'm like,
And then,
I'm
yeah.
done.
That was the one that was the, they had a really good flavor, the fried green tomato. That was fantastic. You tasted fried green tomatoes.
Interesting.
And then the 3rd chip in, you're like, I can't do this anymore. My
What does
mouth
it
is
say?
getting raw because there's just too much citric acid and vinegar
Yeah.
inside these chips.
Yeah.
And I used to love salt and vinegar chips. But now, same thing. Give me 2 or 3 of those chips, and then
I'm done.
I
Yeah.
don't want any more. Dill pickle one is good.
And
It is good.
I like plain potato chips, Ruffles, and even Lay's. Like,
Actually,
just give
no,
me the
they're
plain
not.
ones. So yeah, they're their own thing because
They're molded.
yeah, they're molded into that. So it's like a combination of like potato starch and other stuff.
We
that's
made
in
them on
it.
stream.
Huh?
And they're good.
Yeah.
We made Pringles on stream, and they were quite good.
Interesting.
We didn't do the
Okay.
docking of all of them and whatever. And mine were just a little bit on the thick side. But I took my round cutter and I kind of squished it in to make it oval. So, because you have to cut them out.
Yeah.
You actually do like a cookie cutter type. I mean, you could just roll it out and just ouch, that hurt. Free cut them into
Ow.
whatever, the little squares or whatnot. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. But they were actually quite tasty. I was pleasantly surprised. Very
I mean,
pleasantly surprised.
they competed with the potato chip market, and I feel like they won. Pringles.
How much is a can of Pringles right now? And how much is it?
That's a good
So a bag
question.
of
I don't
potato
know.
chips runs about here. Oh, I'll tell you what they run. Hold up. Is this my last receipt? Nope. Well, I might have chips on here. What is that?
Thank you, Miss. I'm sorry. Thank you, Miss Sarah Lynn. It was very loud in my head for the resub.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That makes me happy.
You woke me up, Miss Sarah Lynn. That's for sure.
Okay, the big family size of Lay's lightly salted is $5 for a bag. The Lay's, those fried tomato ones, they were $3.48, and so was the because they were the same size bag. So was the Korean ones, the Korean potato chips. Okay, stop! You're cooking way too fast. Just turn you down. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to see if I had anything else on here. What do you mean cashier confirmed the person was over the age of 21? Nobody ever asks me for my ID.
Don't you love it?
I did get my passport, guys. Passport is in my hand.
Excellent.
Passport is in my hand. Miss Sarah, how are you doing today? I heart your face. When is Darth streaming next?
I think he's supposed to be streaming every day this week.
Ooh. I haven't gotten any alerts that he's been on. What time is Darth streaming? Is he doing like morning streams or?
No. He usually
evening
during the
streams?
week he streams after work. So he's usually on about 4 my time, so probably around 2-ish your time. So.
Well, why haven't I got? I mean, I'm
I
always
don't
have Twitch
know.
open.
I don't know. Why don't you?
I don't know. Hang on. Twitch.
Hi, Aspie. How are you? It's good to see you.
Baka. I'm just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go over there, right? Meow. What do you mean if I have a time machine? Did I spell his name wrong?
Probably. And so like at 4:15-ish Eastern. So he'll be on about 4:15-ish your time, Kenara.
It's Darth for Baka, right?
Darth_for_Baka. Did you forget the underscore?
Oh, I always forget the underscores.
Yeah. Here, Robbie's going to even put it out there for you.
Yeah,
so
let's
you
give
can
him a
look.
shout out. Let's give a shout out for Darth.
Robbie's doing that right now. You forgot a C, Robbie.
There he is. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to keep this right here. Wait, I'm going to go into the chat right there.
You did it.
I'm already there.
You got it. You
I'm
got
already
it, Robbie.
there.
That darn underscore.
Try turning
Yeah.
off the alert and then back on. No, but I don't want to unfollow because that's the only way you can do that, right? Or is that just the, oh, wait, the alert thing here. Turn notifications off. Notifications are off. Turn notifications on. Okay. It's the little bell thing. I forgot. It's not the heart thingy. Okay. I turned the notifications off and back on. Be warned, Darth swears a little.
Just
So he's PG-13. It's all good. It's all good.
Just a
skosh.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit to spice up the show. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
I think it's just who he is. And you know, yeah. So
Krim, when you guys gonna be live next? This is a channel where you get to brag.
This is right. Oh yeah, Aspie, I've got a towel from Nice to send to you. I've got to do that this week. That's got to get on my list to do this week, is send people things I owe them. Oh, including stuff to Teeds, because his baby is due at the end of the month.
Yeah. Is it the end of this week? It is the end of this week.
The end of this week or the beginning of next week, and I got him.
Oh my gosh!
I got him my first Bucky for the baby.
Oh my gosh! I love that. I love that. Have you tried any sushi recipes? Insofar as like raw fish, no, I can't get sushi grade fish where I live. But we've done rolls and wraps. I even did rainbow sushi where I took the rice and some of the rice was pink, some of the rice was blue, and then there was another color in there, and then we rolled it. So we had a rainbow sushi. We did that for Pride Month in June. That was fun.
Those looked great.
And you know, I had no idea how easy it was. Once you get the rolling down, I can get the rolling. I've got down pretty good. It's the making sure that I cut things up, like the carrot sticks and cucumber slices, a little bit thinner. I think it was like I had more of like a carrot stick.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, but one thing I'm in love with regards to Texas, and I can only get this in Texas. Actually, I can get it anywhere, but not I wouldn't trust it in a grocery store or a gas station. But Texas has a store called HEB.
Yes,
and it is a fantastic grocery store. They have some that are just grocery stores. Then they have some that are like everything, like huge grocery section, gardening section, housewares section, and they're all over. They have incredible sushi. They have a fish station out there where they're making all this sushi fresh with all the fresh seafood. So if you want to go buy a whole fish, you know, like the steaks cut up, their fish is gorgeous. And every time we go there, we don't go to restaurants at night for dinner. Like when I go out to visit my folks, and my parents live in New Braunfels. And so he and I will swing by HEB after we visited with them and hang out with them. We'll go to HEB, and they have meals in there that are They're already cooked. All you gotta do is heat them up. But be warned, they are in a metal tin. Learned that the hard way. That microwave in the hotel room will never be the same. So get paper plates from the breakfast nook area down there. Take up. But HEB has some wonderful sushi.
So when
Oh,
you
you put some
come,
of your keychains? Nice.
so when you come next time here, we will go to Central Market, which is actually owned by HEB, and it's kind of their bougie supermarket. So
Oh.
you can get all sorts of bougie things there. So when I talk about, hey, I was able to find this at my supermarket, you're probably not going to find it at yours. That is Central
Oh, it's
Market.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I did get, so for Texas Cryptid and Dana and Robbie and anybody else who lives out in Texas, we were told you do not call it Heb or Heb, and we got a lecture on that. We do not call it Heb or Heb. You call it HEB.
Yep.
Does anybody else got? I get that. I had. Yeah, we got by more than one person. We got lectured on that. Yeah. Hey, Dragonfire, how are you doing today?
Hey, Kanara's making your chili.
Making chili right now.
Dragonfire chili.
Making a kitchen.
You're making Dragonfire chili.
Crystal Cat, heck yeah. Crystal Cat, go for it. And Crystal Cat, if you don't want to be on camera with your face, you don't have to be. Texas Cryptid, when they stream, we see their hands while they're prepping, and they talk with their hands. It's fun to watch because when they get excited about something, their hands get excited too. So it translates into their hands. It's wonderful. Beef and cheese tortellini. You won that blue Leo lobster hoodie, and your husband stole it from me. Well, you know where it's at. Go take it back. Go take it back. Go do it. Go own it. Go own it and rock it and own it and oh, how are we doing on the Biscuits?
I took mine out. Mine were done.
Where's my glove? I'm rarely on camera for our streams. Yeah, and you don't have to be.
Robbie has to be though, even though he doesn't want to show his face. He'd rather do that.
Well, yeah, because he's got to do the
cocktails,
the technical side, and then sometimes he's got to come on over and bring you over a drink.
Yep. But you know what?
These are done.
But you know what we're going to do in July, Kanara? In
What?
July, we're going to teach Robbie 5 dishes that he can make and kind of have as his signature dishes. And they can, with like no more really than 5 ingredients and 5 steps to them, so that he can always remember. Yeah, we're going to do it on my stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe that will inspire Mustache Man to have something other than cereal, bologna sandwich, tossed green salad, hot dogs, which he had today for lunch. Okay.
And so if you have some recipes you would like, you're like, this would be a good one for Robbie to do, then please, I'm looking for anybody out there. You can go in my Discord, throw some recipes out there and go, this is a good one for Robbie. And we'll pick 5 of those for Robbie to make and learn how to make on stream.
5 ingredients or less. Salad.
I think
Hot
5.
dogs.
I think it can have, if it can have, not including some of the basics, not including like olive oil or butter or salt and pepper, but no more than.
Yeah, we're talking like actual ingredients.
Ingredients, exactly.
I mean, salt and pepper, oil, all that kind of stuff. That's in every dish.
Yeah. So.
Okay, we're gonna put these. Take these off the rack. I mean, put these onto the rack.
Miss Sarah Lynn.
Nice rack.
Not on the regular, Miss Sarah Lynn, not to have him do it on the regular, but you know, he's so good at, if I say I don't really feel like cooking tonight, he'll order food in, but sometimes I want something cooked and not just food that's been ordered in this way. If he does that.
What is that? What's order in?
Robbie goes,
That's
here's
a concept I don't understand.
Let me show you how I cook. And he whips out his phone and he goes, dinner's done. Dinner will be ready in 30 minutes. Some sort of pasta. Robbie can boil pasta, yes. I agree, Michael. Something Italian for him would be great.
I've got a great Korean dish. It's real
Ooh.
simple to do. You can use it with leftovers.
Love
bibimbap.
that.
It's just rice. It's a bowl of rice with 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 different little things you put on top. Vegetables, meat. Oh, Tally-ho is here. I wish my small camera was
Tally-ho.
working. I don't think my small little one is working. Is this one working? Close up? No.
Dart just says, I don't feel like cooking. Fend for
Nope.
yourself.
Okay, let's see.
I used to do that with my kids. I said, hey, we're on a deserted island. Go find whatever to eat. And then they
Good luck with that, right?
scatter to the kitchen and find stuff.
Oh, come on, camera focus. There we go. That's my Biscuits. And the
Good night.
underneath
Good night,
is
Kate Creme.
beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh, they smell.
Yours are, I should have flattened mine. Mine look like my mom's.
Let's see. Hang on. Let me switch.
Go ahead.
Hang on. Let me switch. There we go. I want to get you on the big screen.
So here's mine. And I have nice golden brown on the
see,
bottom
look
too.
at that bottom. Ooh, that bottom looks good.
But mine aren't
That
flat.
bottom looks good.
Because this is what a
I
drop
love
biscuit
the
looks
color
like.
of your. I can't wait to see the inside. Is that broken open?
Nope.
I
Good job.
can't wait to see the inside of this to
Here.
see how it's going to look. Hang on. Because remember, she used that unicorn
So
cornmeal.
it's kind of pinky.
It is kind of pink. I love that.
So
Dana,
if you,
that is awesome. I have
So-
to have some of that now. I got to buy some of that.
so if you want flesh-colored corn biscuits, this is the cornmeal for you.
We're gonna have flesh covered Biscuits right there. I'm
Exactly.
gonna move these over. I gotta think. I
Nice
know what I'm
bottom you have there. Who is that
Thank you,
for?
darling.
Both of us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, darling. Do you work out? I think what I'm going to do, I'm changing up my serving bowl. When I get ready to serve, I'm just going to use this. I need to, okay, you know what? I have my sewing machine out. Not to brag, I learned how to thread it the other day.
Your sewing
When I
machine, you learned how to thread
Learned
it?
how to thread it. I had to watch a video like twice because I couldn't figure out this one little section. And then I unthreaded it, and then I rethreaded it, and then I unthreaded it, and then I rethreaded it. So I could like, okay, this is how you do it. The bobbin threw me. I figured out how to roll the bobbin, load the bobbin. But when you put it in the bottom, when you put the bobbin in the bottom, if you say it with an accent, you won't actually screw it up when you say it. But otherwise, there you go. They were saying go all the way over here and pull it till you hear a click, but mine wasn't matching up quite like that. But I finally got it to work. I've been practicing on old pillowcases where I took these old pillowcases, cut them up into strips, and practiced folding it in half and just running it through. I'm not practicing with tension. I'm just learning the very basics.
Oh, so you're new to
Where was I
sewing.
going with this? Oh, super duper new. I bought a sewing machine a year and a half ago, Dana. It has sat in the closet until a month ago. In the closet until a month ago.
My mom did not sew at all. I mean, like she would sew hems.
Neither did mine.
She would sew hems and she would like try to repair little holes and things. So I didn't do that. But then, so I was married before getting engaged to Robbie, and his mom like made her own clothes. So I kind of
So did Mustache Man's mom.
Yeah, so I had to learn. And so she bought me a sewing machine and she goes, you're going to learn how to sew. I said, okay. So I made some baby clothes and I made some, so I can do things if I have to, but it usually sits up there for a year or two before I use it for anything.
Well, now what I want to make is I can't do my close-up thing because my close-up camera's turned on. I can see it. It just doesn't want to function right now.
Nice.
If I do close-up, wait, can I move it? No, so wait, I have no idea what's happening over here. Okay, I don't know. I'm giving up on cameras because like all my cameras got deleted and I have to completely switch it out. But whenever I serve I have little bowl cozies. That's what I bought the sewing machine for, was so that I could use. I wanted to make these. These are older than, and apparently they're super easy. And this, it's to
What?
hold hot
Wait,
bowl
I gotta
soup.
look. I gotta look. I gotta look. What did you want to
These
make?
bowl cozies. And so it's a piece of fabric inside here. There's that insulated padding, another piece of fabric, and then
Oh, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
sew it inside out, and then you pull it right side out through the corner, and then you do your lines. Anyway, this is so you can hold a hot bowl of soup or even a cold bowl of ice cream. He uses it for a cereal in the morning because his hands get really cold. But what I want to make is not with the insulated stuff, but whenever I do like a soup where I'm serving like something to go with it, like a couple of biscuits, is if you take this soup bowl and you put it on top of here, it wants to slide. So if you're walking, it's sliding. I want to have it to where I can have like just a little cloth with the cloth on the top to absorb the non-sticky stuff on the bottom, so I can set it on the plate and then put the bowl on there and it's going to stay there. That's my thought. That's my thought process. I don't know if that's right or wrong. All right, question for the crowd. Go to a restaurant. Wait, what?
Says Kanara's having a so-so day.
I'm having a so-so day. If I can figure out how to do it in there, because I only have one camera in my gaming room, and I have to move it. Like I did kind of like a crochet stream, but now I'm in a different office now because we completely redid the other bedroom as my office, which I finally got. I've only wanted it once since 1991, and now I finally have my own office. And I got to figure out how to set that up and do that and get that on there. But how many of you, when you guys go to a restaurant, right, and you sit down at your restaurant and they take your order and they bring your food over, and on your plate is a sprig of parsley. What do you guys do with it? Do you guys take it off or do you guys just move it over to the side of your plate, or just take it off your plate entirely and get it away from you? What you should be doing is breaking up these little leaves and just kind of, and then putting it on your dish. You're going to find it's going to add a really nice flavor to your whatever it is that you're eating, particularly meat dishes.
I don't want to have to work when I go out to eat. They should be doing it for me.
I feel that too. I feel that too. Yeah, it shows you how lazy they are. It's like, yeah, just
Here, do it
a
yourself.
sprig of parsley.
I was always told that you
yeah.
like chew on it, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be good for you or palate
It's
wise.
a digestive.
Yeah, that's what
It
I
can be
always thought.
flavor, digestive, a palate cleanser. I think we'll use that one. That's a pretty piece right there. Okay, let's test this.
My ribs are getting close to being okay done. Like I would really like them to be in there like another hour, but they're tender enough I can get a
Guys.
fork in. So
Does that one look like a heart to anybody else? Is that the shape of a heart? I was told it was a palate cleanser. Yeah, it's one of those things that everybody, and you could do that.
Oh, it sure
you could just pick
does.
up a piece and just bite off a piece, just like a little piece of it, and just bite it off and enjoy it. It's just like a little heart one, but it's not the one I want to use. We're going to use this one
oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
and this one. We're going to use these. No. Yeah. I wonder.
You do.
I was thinking of these biscuits, if you used a small can of cream of corn and you could reduce the amount of buttermilk down.
Oh,
or
I
just
think
add a little extra combination of flour and cornmeal. I think that'd be good. Especially
Yes.
the sweet corn.
for sure. I mean, I like to put some like whole pieces of corn in my cornbread sometimes.
Yeah, that just sounds good. A lot of them don't do it anymore, because cost. It's just the more money that they can, because people. I would say probably 95% of the people, it gets thrown away.
I think that it's a 80s. I think it's a 70s and 80s thing, and so it's just not the way you do things in
Dana just
restaurants
called me
anymore.
old.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I was there in the 70s and 80s, and I think that's just something you saw. But by the time you got to the 90s, you didn't see the parsley with the little orange slice or whatever on the plates as much anymore starting in around the 90s, right? Like there's every moment in time has something different. Growing up, Caesar salads were not on any menu, right? Now they
No, but that
they were on every
iceberg
menu.
wedge.
Yeah, or what, right? Like you had to go to specific places and they would have them, but it wasn't on every menu everywhere. So I think it's just things change. Because I grew up, a French dip was on every menu, French dip, right? I
Oh my
loved French
gosh,
dip
yes.
sandwiches. And then all of a sudden,
Yes.
I couldn't find one to save my life. And now you're starting to see them kind of come
Yep.
back a little bit. It's a trend.
Has everybody also noticed that the 80s clothes are coming back?
Please no. It did
Oh, yes.
it did when my daughter was in middle,
yes.
maybe high school, and she goes, Mom, look at this, and I go, yeah, it was cute in the 80s when I wore it, so if you love it, you go for it.
The one pair of jeans that I loved. Oh, I thought she brought in a lizard. The one pair of jeans that I loved and because my butt looked really, really good. There's no way in heck I could pull those things off now. Were ditto jeans, the saddleback dittos. It had a hem that went from the back. It came all the way up and did like an arch over the top, and it made your butt look good. And then of course everybody stopped wearing those because Jordache was what everybody wanted to wear. Everybody wanted to wear Jordache jeans.
And then Gloria Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay. Just so you know, let me tell you how cool I am. I don't know if it has does it have the logo on the pant thing? Does it have the logo up here? Oh, right there. It has a little swan. I am wearing Gloria Vanderbilt jeans right now.
Are you really?
No joke.
I love it.
Little swan inlet. I never go out of style. Right there.
You don't. There you are. You're just
hey, John.
Right in style. So, John, hello. All right. I'm just waiting for ribs now.
No, that's fine. That is totally fine. Oh, which shoes? Oh, the jelly shoes. Oh my gosh. And how they squished your toes together. Mm-hmm. It was like having your toes wrapped in duct tape that had first your toes were wrapped in wire, then duct tape. Because you remember they had that weird pattern on those jelly shoes.
And then your feet would sweat like nothing because they're in this
they were
plastic.
Mini skirts, yes.
How about yo-yos? Do you remember the yo-yo shoes?
Mm-hmm.
With the big hole in
No,
the
not the
heel?
shoes. I was talking about the actual.
No,
yo-yo shoes.
The yo-yo shoes. So they were like kind of the platformy shoes that had the hole in the heel.
Oh, yes. You know, I think Dansko still has clogs that have the hole in and it might be their sandals. Dansko
Sometimes.
Shoes with hole in heel. I think they still have it. It's actually for like a shock. Yeah, they do. Hang on, I'm trying to find them. Let me see if I can get these. Oh, I don't know if I can show these because, well, they're too expensive for my taste. But, come on, don't look at me, folks. How they have the hole. Oh, come on. You focused once. Don't look at me. There we go. See how it has the hole in the heel?
Oh yeah, so that's very similar to what a yo-yo looked like. Yo-yo shoes.
Okay,
so yes, I do remember the thin, bright colored bracelets. I was in high school, the whole Madonna phase, and I would have them like up to my elbow.
Not this one. You could have a half of one of those biscuits.
Socks with the individual. The
socks.
socks.
Yeah, the yo-yos. I don't know if I could wear the ones with the braided thing on the top. That looked like it would cut into your foot. Oh, good times. Yeah, leg warmers.
Oh, I had leg
Wrist
warmers.
Yeah, remember that?
I do. Because we were all dancers, so we all had to have leg warmers with our kids.
Flak jackets.
All sorts of fun stuff.
Flat jackets for the
I
70s.
even had.
I remember
Can
teaching my mom and dad how to do the hustle.
So Kanara, in the 80s, I even got a perm. If you want to try and imagine me with a perm.
Um, I will say this, Dana. This is the good thing about not having technology when we were younger. There is no
People,
evidence, unless you can find old yearbooks or something like that. But other than that, there is no evidence. I had the whole Farrah Fawcett hairdo, where you had where the
oh
wings.
yeah,
You
I didn't have too much of that. I had straight long hair all the way down to my butt, and then I had like when everybody else was doing like this haircut with their wet bangs standing up like this, I
Yes.
actually had a pretty cool haircut. That when I've gone to a couple of reunions, and we put our like yearbook photos on
Oh my
our
God.
lanyard, right? And they'll
I
look at
hated my
mine
yearbook
and they'll
photos.
go, wait a minute, how come your hair doesn't look crazy? I said, because I didn't do the whole. Now, did I use
How much
Aquanet?
hairspray? Yes,
I
Aquanet.
did.
It was like by the gallons.
I had for prom one time. I had this hair and it kind of curled under this way, and it was really windy, and it blew my hair up over my head in one piece. So it was so funny. It was like
Oh
all my
God,
hair just
I
like
love
whoop
that.
over the baby's
I love
breath,
that.
because you had to have the baby's breath in your hair. So I had baby's
Yes.
breath on the top, right? And my hair goes in
Good
one piece,
times.
goes whoop, like
And
it
it
was
hung
a
there.
hoodie. It was like my own built-in hoodie.
Okay. This is why we hang out with Dana, because Dana has some fun stories like this, and you just can't. Bangs teed up. My sister, by the time that phase was coming around, and everything, I was already in the workforce. So my sister went through all that, and she would get her hair perfect, the big bangs, because that was like the thing and the whole bit. But if it didn't go perfectly right, she would go to the sink and she would wash, because all this was good. She would wash just her bangs to get all the hairspray out, to dry it again and blow dry, to put the hairspray back in. The most I saw her do is she washed her bangs 3 times. And I'm sitting in the chair, just I'm reading something, and I'm watching her just like flip out because her hair is like, blah. And my mom, can I help? No. Okay, that's when mom goes, you're on your own. Good luck with that. See ya. I'll be out in the other room. So my mom went down in the family room. I'm in the living room. And then we had this big brick fireplace that had this giant, like round oval mirror with 2 oval mirrors on the side, huge. And that's where she'd go stand, because it would be like, this is what I would look like in the club, not like a bathroom mirror, right? Or
Right.
club, high school dance or whatever. And she'd get so mad, go back in there and wash it out. And I'm just, what in the heck? Bangs teased up, all the way up. Using actual clothes on it. That's what I used to do when I was younger. This
Oh my
curl in my
gosh.
hair, I've had this my entire life since I was a little kid, and I was teased unmercifully for it when I was in 2nd grade. It was like little ringlets all over, almost looked like a very loose afro. And I look at my kid pictures, I'm like, man, I had cool hair. But of course, the teacher didn't think so, and the teacher called me names and marched me around the classroom calling me names. Oh yeah, she was a horrible woman. And of course, I would cry because it would upset me. And then after all the other kids left, she would call me in to have a discussion with me, and she would pinch the under part of my arm down here as hard as she could, And I'm like, thinking about it as a kid then, I should have just throat punched her, but I was taught, you respect your elders. So she was very abusive. And so I never liked my hair. I always thought that I was this person that she kept calling me and the names all the way through high school. And I would lay my hair down, and you'd put a damp towel down, you'd lay out your hair, and you'd put a damp towel on top, and you would iron. I tried to get as straight as I could. And of course, one little percentage of moisture, swing.
My mom's hair was like that.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
She dead now, John. And I did not shed a tear. When I found out she did, she did. Her name, I don't know what her first name was, and my mom's memory is too gone now that she wouldn't remember. But she was not my 2nd grade teacher. I'm sorry. She was my 1st grade. No, 1st grade was Mrs. Coker, Mrs. Smith, Yes, third grade teacher. Mrs. Mulligan was my third grade teacher. And then I had Mrs. Brennan and then Mrs. Kissman. Okay. I remember all my teachers. My kindergarten teacher made the biggest impact on my life. And I love that woman to this day. And so did my seventh grade teacher.
Isn't it
My
weird the
seventh grade
stuff you remember?
They do. My seventh grade teacher, I didn't know what gay was because back then it was still considered illegal. So it was like talked about like this, like very hushed tones. And he was gay. And my mom and dad sat down and explained it to me. And I was kind of like, because the way they were explaining it, I was waiting for what's bad. And they never did that. They never took that route. They're just like, but, so if you see something, ask us first. Don't ask him at class or whatever, trying to protect him and stuff like this because it was still taboo. But that man was one of the most kindest individuals I had ever met. And we all wanted to be in school. We would sit in the classroom with him and talk about whatever the subject was during recess versus going out and playing because we were that inspired. It was fantastic. He made up for Mrs. Mulligan.
That's great. So let's see
He
if
made
I
up
got
for Mrs.
mine.
Mulligan.
My kindergarten was Mrs. Moore.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I don't remember first grade or second grade, but because we had like these 5 groups, like it was 5 teachers. But third grade was Miss Littleton, who got married in the middle of the year, became Mrs. Cannon, but she had us at the wedding. And she had a row reserved for us. We didn't go to the reception, but we went to the wedding, and then she had a picture with all of us. Third grade was
that she included you.
Yeah. Third grade was great. We actually went to the opera in third grade. Like they did really cool stuff. She and the other teacher were great. They co-taught together. And so I had a great third grade year. It was good.
I would say high school for me was just meh. I just got through that as quick as I could.
I loved high school
By that
because I
time,
was
my
doing
attitude had
theater.
changed.
I was in
did too.
theater, and I loved that. I hadn't done theater before high school, so it was great.
I love that. Yeah, when my high school, I got through it as quick as I could. Only because I found out that people, instead of saying things, they were actually mean and nasty. I thought, I don't want to be here. I never started a fight. I finished a few of them, but I never started a fight because I was just walk away. It's just not worth it. Walk away. But when they would hurt one of my friends or be mean to one of my friends, I had zero tolerance type thing. And I realized I need to get out of this environment. And I did. So I got my good grades and did my AP courses and all kind of stuff and graduated early.
There you go.
I was like, bye. Into the workforce early. And I was like, now I'm among people that I thought of as peers. And they treated me, even though I was very young, but they treated me with respect. And as a peer, they didn't treat me as a kid. And that's wonderful.
And that makes it's so funny because I'm actually still Facebook friends with several of my teachers from high school.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're
I love that.
awesome. They're awesome. I had great teachers in high school. I had one that was really creepy that eventually got fired for creepiness. We'll just call it that. Like I was not going to stay in the room by myself with him. Let's just put it that way.
When the hairs on the back of your neck go,
yeah, yeah. So I had that one, but the rest of them were all pretty good. So
I find it interesting. I think that everybody can look back through their grade school, junior high, if you went to a different school for junior high, high school or whatever. We can all look back and we all had one teacher that had a negative effect, and mine was Mrs. Mulligan. Only because of the physical and verbal abuse type thing. But some of them were just bad teachers and had no business teaching kids,
absolutely.
Just awful.
Or they
K
were
through 12 but love college, yeah.
Yeah, or there's those people that maybe are in the wrong age range that they're teaching. Because I've met people and they're like,
that's good.
They're with like middle schoolers, and middle schoolers are hard. If you're a parent of a middle schooler,
right in that cusp.
Like their brains, like you're like, who is this human being that is in my house right now? For a lot of them.
It's like they want to be a kid, but they want to be a grown-up.
Yeah.
And it's like, and their emotions take them within the course of moments. seconds from one to the other and back.
and just they don't know what they're doing. They just don't, right?
Yeah.
And so it takes the people who had good middle school teachers. I mean, that
Yeah.
takes a whole nother skill level from teaching anything else. And yeah.
My sixth
So-
grade
so-
teacher was Sister Agnes, and she had a very thick Irish brogue. And she taught us not calligraphy, but we had to learn how to use a fountain pen and do our cursive handwriting. What is it? Somebody says you want to drive the current generation nuts, stick them in the room with a rotary phone, an analog TV set, and instruct an analog TV set with no remote control and instructions written in cursive.
Hey, I
Yes.
had an analog TV with a remote control. It had only one button to move the thing around. You would click it and you'd see the little dial go click, click, click around. We were bougie.
We just got rid of our last analog. It was a little mini analog TV set that he'd keep out in the garage. Because it also had a VCR tape player in it, so he could play a VCR
Oh,
tape
yeah.
and have a movie on in the garage. He finally got rid of that here recently. That was funny.
Oh my
My
gosh.
7th grade English teacher tried to fail me for being special needs. She failed at that.
Oh
Still
my
tried
gosh.
to fail me whenever she got the chance. I will say the one thing for kids are still going through this kind of garbage stuff, right? But I'm hopeful that with the advent of social media and stuff like this, that more of this is coming to light, and we as parents are more aware of it. I taught my daughter to be very independent and to stick up for herself at all times. And she came to me one time about a problem that she was having with one of her teachers and whatever, and we talked the whole thing. And it was more like a personality conflict. And I know who my daughter is. She's me, and I know how I can be. So it's like, if anybody can help this kid, it's going to be me, type thing. So I went in and had a conversation with the teacher and back and forth and got it resolved. But it also gave her an example of you can resolve things without conflict. You
Yeah.
can have conversations and this is what we're lacking in because my daughter's in her 30s now, in her mid 30s, is that we've lost the art of communication.
Oh, absolutely. And then
We need to be
and
able
the
to communicate
parents
more.
and the parents come in. I mean, I was a PTO president and all of that. And parents would just come in and try to save their children all the time. And for things that their children, it's like, okay, they failed that test. You don't need to come in and tell the teacher that they're a horrible human being, right? So I always taught my kids,
Exactly.
when they had a problem, they'd come home and I'd be like, what did the teacher say? Did you talk to the teacher yet? And usually when they're younger, even in elementary school, will know. And they said, why don't you try talking to your teacher about it first? And 90% of the problems were fine with that, right? And they figured it out. And occasionally I would come in with them to talk about something.
Yeah.
And that worked too. Oh, here, can I turn this way? Oh, here, there we go. I'll just make a bigger mess out of it. It's good. Robbie's taking photos of things. All right, where are
That's what I need to
you
do.
on your food?
I'm ready whenever.
Okay.
I can dish up.
Dish it up.
I'm dishing. We're dishing it.
We
We're
are.
dishing it well. We're dishing it well.
Exactly.
For the horde. Lustifers right there.
Now everybody brought their stretchy pants, right? That's what you're wearing.
Only play horde on World of Warcraft. I do have one alliance character that I created for stream. So if anybody wanted me to do alliance, I do have one alliance character. I do like the land; it was kind of pretty. But I am horde. I'm horde. But I'm also a full battle Klingon. So right now I just started a druid. Well, my first character coming back to World of Warcraft. I played years ago, and I stopped back in 2010 because I didn't have internet when we moved to rural Oregon. And so now that I have internet back, drink more, cook less. The partner to Dana is the one who got me back into it again. And so he and I started playing, and I created a druid thinking I could see which way I wanted to go with this. DPS, I knew I don't want to be healed, but DPS, tank. And I really like playing a tank on Elder Scrolls Online. So I'm doing a Tauren tank right now.
And she gets out there and gets all the things before they kill me.
Because Dana is our princess.
I am the princess. This is accurate.
Dana is our princess, and we must protect the princess.
Protect
really hot in my hand.
protect the princess druid. Okay, this drawer won't shut. Okay.
I have no way of showing this on stream
What?
because my close-up camera won't work. My close-up camera is being a boob. Like if I come over here to do close-up, and I'm looking at my close-up, outside cam, do close-up. Wait, if I right-click it and I go to properties, and I say deactivate, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I click activate 1, and then nothing happens, and so I don't have it, and it angers me. Okay, I'm gonna hold it. I lost all my cameras on OBS, so there you go. So hang on.
No! I see you.
Okay, so here is. I don't know if you guys can see the chili. It's not going to show that. It's not going to focus on the chili. I'll have to post pictures. Hot tamales. Oh, shaboobles. Shaboobles. So we're going to put. Okay. There's a huge pot here. You all can have some. Y'all can have some. But do we want sour cream or just cheese?
I mean, I'm all about the dairy. I'm all about the dairy, but I know you're not, so.
Well, it's all lactose free, but the problem for me with dairy is I also can't have high fat foods, like real high fatty foods.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But I have my vegan cheese. I'm thinking about just doing my cheese. I think about just doing my cheese.
Yeah.
We'll just do a little bit of cheese around here. And then I'm going to get a picture of this. And we're going to put this on here. We're going to put this over here. I'll try and get a good picture. I don't take the fancy pictures.
My tech director's just pointing in random directions, and I'm trying to figure out what he needs. Did I meet?
Oh my gosh! I just turned that light up on my face.
Did I meet your needs, tech director?
My glasses are getting in there. I keep hearing this knocking sound, and it's my earrings hitting my earbud. I'm like, what is that sound? Knock, 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 knock.
There we go, Linus Theodore. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Welcome in.
You won't be disappointed, Linus. Y'all
Hey,
should be following Dana. You know what I'm telling you. You know I don't lie to y'all. Oh, wait, I got to do this one, maybe like that.
We didn't put Miss Sarah Lynn on the refrigerator. We got to do that. Miss Sarah Lynn. I'm going to be taking other pictures.
I can't see the. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, it's kind of hard to see the biscuits like this. Maybe if we do the biscuits like that. I swear I'm going to be trying these. I want to see your ribs though. Hang on.
It's we have to hydrate. Did you hear it?
What am I hydrating with? Water or who am I kidding?
I'm hydrating.
No.
With my drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Right
Cheers. But I also have my water. Oh, wow. There's thunder. Did you guys hear that?
Xanadu. I heard that. I thought something fell in your kitchen. Oh,
nope, that's thunder. It was very loud. And it's starting to rain.
Okay, first of all, I got to give you props for how you put the ribs onto that plate with the barbecue sauce on the side and the little mini cast iron pot. That's right there. That's it. I'm done. I'm on my way to Dallas, Texas. Bye.
Yeah, and then we've got our cheddar cornmeal biscuits, and I've got a little butter going here that's got some jalapeno and honey in it, and then we've got our spiced lichen, but it's really kale chips. So they're like sweet and spicy.
I love kale chips. What kind of kale did you use for your chips?
Tuscan.
It's like if you use like what's the ones, I can't remember the name of it. There's the one that they're a little bit too thick to make chips out of.
Is
There's the
it
Italian.
dinosaur? Is it dinosaur
That
kale?
might be. That might be. There's the Italian one, which I think begins with a K or an
I-
L. Anyway, I have to look those up. But they make, oh my gosh, they
Oh.
make the perfect chips. I didn't. Today is you and your partner's 6-year anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary. I sing everything, much to the detriment of my community.
I mean, I
Much to the
do.
detriment of my community.
All right, we're
Okay, I'm gonna try
gonna
and get one
make
more
a
picture.
we're gonna make a plate here.
Make a plate. I will say my biscuits, they've got a beautiful crunch on the top and the bottom, and then they're very soft on the inside. So if I, like this one over here, because he's already eaten on this one, so I'll eat on this one too. Okay, if you hear a crash, my cat has the cray-cray, and she tends to play with all the wires of my stream.
Oh no, I just ruined this plate.
You hear the crunch? That's from the bottom.
Lovely. I love it.
These biscuits are actually really good. And Aspie, we do have cheddar cheese in here. Well, I have a mixture of Colby Jack shreds.
She has fake
It's
cheese
just in
in
the
hers.
bottom. I have fake cheese.
I had to do fake cheese for a friend of mine. I was doing a dinner party, so I made sure that we had. She can't do dairy because she's actually nursing. It doesn't bother her, but it bothers her kid. So that kind of sucks for her.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
It can't be due to lactose because the lactose would all be dissolved before it hit the amnion. But you know what? Good that she recognized that because who knows? It could be a milk allergy.
yeah. So I
knows,
had a bunch of fake cheese. I bought a bunch of it because I was like, which of these is going to work to make the stuff I
that's a
was
good
making
idea.
for her? And then I said, here, it's all yours. You can take it.
Hot, hot. It's really hot.
The chili?
6-year anniversary.
All right, we haven't
it's
eaten
like
ours
hot,
yet.
hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Come on, Aiden. Come on over.
We got plenty.
These biscuits are good. I will say the biscuits are good. I'm going to contact the publisher of the book and say, what's this 1 teaspoon of?
Yeah.
What goes right here?
I've been reading
That's the second recipe I've seen that.
in the book. So they didn't edit it very good. Is what I'm hearing.
The bean recipe in that book is quite a tasty dish. After this is cooked for a while, the cinnamon is not overpowering now.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It's just a hint on, I would say, the back side of the palate. It's just a hint. That never happens in Ina Garten's book.
I think Ina
like
Garden, they probably get read like 100 times before they go to print as well. All right, Robbie, you ready to taste some food? Here's
Hang on,
here's my
invisible ink. It's a secret. What are you freaking out over? Hey, you don't scratch on that. Yeah,
I found you a beer.
There's
What?
a beer. Hang on. There's Robbie's beer. Oh my gosh.
She's going to
hang
go
on.
adjust the camera and annoy me.
There he is.
I'm quite tall.
That little grin on his face says it all.
All right.
Look what I have.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Smash.
No smashing.
Smash. No
No
smashing.
smashing.
No smashing. You know
Okay.
what's really cool about Dana and Robbie is the F word. Fiance.
He can't hear you, so he has no idea that you're talking about the F word.
It was so cute when she says, my fiance. I love that.
All right.
I love that.
I'm gonna try this with some of this butter.
Hi, Batty girl. How are you doing today? Did you
was
get that
good.
mug from Medieval Times restaurant
my God.
entertainment place?
Look at what happened to this beer. It's gone.
Okay, you know what's
Producing's
weird?
hard work,
Did I
Dana.
not? I don't know which one I moved. Red bean bitter cream is asking you a question, Robbie.
What's the question? Do
Do
you
you want to
want
talk about your high school times?
to talk about your high school times? Chat is curious.
And there we have it. I think that's all of our reactions. Yes, please go vote that up, guys. So if you're in Dana's stream, if you're in my stream, you're seeing the user voice. This is a Twitch user voice. We are asking Twitch as a food and drink community. We have a category, yes, but we're asking for them to form a club for food and drink streamers and anybody who does food content, even if it's IRL people who might be doing reviews of restaurants, trying new foods that are the hot food trucks on the scene and whatnot. But food and drink streamers work extremely hard to put on their show for you guys, between prepping ahead of time before stream, cooking over heat, sharp knives, talking, everything while we're cooking, and then we have the cleanup afterwards. So it's not just a matter of, and we do it on our feet. So I think, and this is just me personally, I do gaming on Fridays, as you well know. I'm not begrudging the gamers, but if a gamer buys a game, they get hundreds of hours of content for streams. When I buy a chicken or Dana buys a rack of ribs, one stream, and then we have to do it all over again. So we want Twitch to recognize us for our hard work and involvement on Twitch. So please vote that up and leave a comment. Read through the comments. You'll cry. You'll cry. Some of them are
And
so
leave a
heartwarming.
comment.
Yes,
And
you
if
have
you-
to leave a comment, because
They read them.
they
So.
just started reading them. It was, what day was it? What day was it they called you, Dana?
They did. Oh, well, I met with them on Thursday, but they had, I think the Thursday or Friday before that, a week earlier, is when they had emailed me.
Okay,
To
so
set up
I
a
had
time.
a meeting with them on the Thursday before that, and he asked me about the user voice. He hadn't seen it yet, and I said, "Oh yes, we do." So I gave it to him right away, and I said, "Be sure you read the comments on there." And so I got an email back from him. Thank you so much for all the information, and I thanked them for the meeting and stuff that we've discussed to make sure they followed up on this. That's my big thing, is I always follow up with people on things. And he replied back, reading through some of these comments is inspiring, because they're reading those right now. So please do that. Oh, Michael asks, are the ribs tender to your liking?
No.
Are they tender to your liking?
I would like them to probably be in the oven for probably about another 30 minutes to an hour.
Throw them in there right now.
I'm going
For
to
dinner.
I'm
Have the
going to
recipe for
have
dinner.
I'm going to do it after the stream, but I would I would like to put them in there for a little bit longer. They're still delicious, and they're tender enough to eat, but I'd like them to be just a little more tender than where they are. So
how do you feel when it comes to ribs? And being in Texas, I know you get a lot of exposure to barbecue. And, oh, hush, not you, the cat. Do you like the meat to fall off the bone, or do you just want to have that tender bite where you're able to bite and you're able to pull the meat off easily, but it doesn't like slip off the bone? What do you like?
I prefer for ribs, I prefer the second one, but I am notorious for doing the first one when I cook.
Where they fall off the bone?
Yeah. But everybody loves them, even when it's like that. And I'm just like slapping barbecue sauce on just meat because it's already mostly off the bone. And then broiling that or throwing them on the grill so they get a nice char on them.
So I was told that ribs should never fall off the bone. That if they fall off the bone, you've overcooked them.
In competition, that is true.
Yeah.
But I think that for
What I do here, I do both ways here.
Yeah, and I think the thing is like, if it's a whole different thing if you're doing things for competition, because there are rules, right? What you like is completely different. If you
Agreed.
like it falling off the bone, do it. If you like them not falling off the bone but nice and tender, do that. If you like to
I usually
make
fall
a
off the
duff.
bone.
But yeah, so a lot of times mine are falling off the bone. So not good
True
for
caretaker
competition.
says it looks like Robbie does not like the ribs because he's trying to get rid of them as fast as he can.
So it looks like Robbie doesn't like the ribs because he's trying to get rid of them as fast as he can.
Exactly.
Okay, what do you think of the biscuits?
I think the biscuits are good. I think
they're
really good.
fantastic. I think they're very. I
Perfect
think they're a
crunch.
good.
Perfect crunch, says Robbie.
Yeah, they got the crunch on the top and on the bottom, but they're still very soft on the inside. But what was it? It was a half a cup of cheese.
Yeah, it wasn't very much cheese. It's not cheesy.
No, I think I might do 2/3 cup of cheese. I'm going to make that in a note in my book. Try 2/3 cup. I'll put it on a post-it note first, though. Try 2/3 cup. It's your kitchen. Do what you want. Right there, Tex.
Exactly. Exactly. If you don't like the food and everybody else is telling you you've made it perfectly, that's not going to be helpful for you. Like, you should be able to enjoy your own food that you're cooking. Mm-hmm. So.
You should be able to do whatever the heck you want.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
Some people put ketchup on their scrambled eggs, and I don't understand why.
I don't understand why either. However, okay, he likes to put ketchup on his omelets, whether they have chili in them or maybe they're just cheese, but he'll put ketchup on his omelets. And I've been anti that my entire life. I cannot understand that. Then Kanara starts streaming. And then Kanara learns what Korean food. I never had Korean food until I started streaming when I watched Hanbi. And he was from Korea. He and his partner live in Sweden, but he was cooking up all these Korean foods. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he recommended a book, and I did some of his recipes that he'd shared on stream, and I fell in love with them. Well, one of them, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's the Korean egg sandwich. And you fry up this egg. You know, it's like a scrambled egg, and you fry it up, and then when you put it on the sandwich, ketchup and a tablespoon of sugar goes on top of this egg. And I was like, this is going to make me hurl this sandwich across the room. Then I took a bite of it, and I was blown away. I don't think I did a full teaspoon. What's the egg? Let me look up, see if I can figure out the.
I think the thing to remember is if you haven't had something, try it.
Yep.
There are very few things I don't like or can't at least appreciate when I eat them. We were just having sushi last night with Zero Brew and Nikki. And last night, we had sushi with them last night. Robbie's never had nigiri, so he's like, what can we have? And I said, well, why don't we start with salmon, because I think that's probably the easiest if you're doing nigiri, is to do salmon or tuna. So he did salmon, but I was just like, anything but the uni. I've tried uni multiple times over the years. I do not like uni.
I'm not a fan of uni. Uni is just too punch in the face.
It's like, so here I'll tell you my first story of having uni. Okay, I'd never had it before, and I went out. I was on a sabbatical from life for a month. Have I ever told you about my sabbatical from life, Kanara?
No.
Okay.
Do share.
Somebody in chat I know will understand this. When you get to a point in your life and you feel like you're going to explode, you can't stay in your own skin. You're just like all of that, right? And I had gotten to that. And so I took...
Me every time I turn on OBS.
But I was just like every day, I felt like I was going to crawl out of my skin. Anybody had that?
Yes.
So I said at the time to who I was married to at the time, I was like, I need some time off. I need time off from being a mom. I need time off from everything because I don't know what's going to happen if I don't, right? And so I took 2 weeks, and then I came home for a few days, and then I took 2 more weeks. So on one of those weeks, where I was going was my old hairdresser had moved, who was this very flamboyant guy, hair different colors all the time, loved him to death. And so he was in Scottsdale, and he goes, okay, we're going to go have sushi. I said, okay, great, let's go have sushi. He goes, they have the best uni. And I'm like, I've never had uni. And he's like, oh my gosh, you're going to love it. It tastes like you're eating the ocean air in mousse form. And I'm like, you're not really selling this to me. You're not selling it to me, but I'll try it. I'll try it. So he gets it, and it's beautifully presented, and I have a serving of it, and I'm eating it. And he goes, "How do you like it?" And I said, "I think that you're going to be enjoying a lot of uni tonight." I know. So, and I've tried it, Texas cryptid, and I have tried it multiple times in multiple different applications. I can't, the texture and the flavor for me is one of the that and lima beans.
I have fed a lot of fish uni, raw uni, because we used to go down as divers. We were part of a group. We'd go out to the coast of California, and we would go down, and our only job, we're not down there for sightseeing, was to peel all of the urchins off the rocks because they will destroy a kelp bed. The entire kelp bed will be destroyed because they eat the root system of it.
Oh, okay.
So we'd go down there and we would gather up, and then come to find out later, we were free labor because these sea urchins, we would put them into these bags that had holes in them to let the water come out, and they'd go up on the boat. Apparently they were going to the restaurants. So we found this out much later in the whole bit, but we were also splitting them open, and the Garibaldi, which are these beautiful bright orange fish with turquoise spots. And my dive buddy, she opened one up and I had a picture, and I wish I could find it. Actual film in a camera that you can protect, and all the Garibaldi are surrounding her like a ball of fish, and she's just feeding them the uni. I know, but yeah, to me, it's very pungent.
Yeah.
Number one, but the texture is, there is a texture thing there. But I don't like a lot of fish, so I can see why I didn't like that.
This is one of those fish.
Have you had a fish that you tried that you thought you were going to hate and you loved it?
Oh, I didn't grow up eating fish. My mom,
neither did I.
My mom, the only fish I remember my mom ever cooking was when I was older, and she made swordfish because my dad hated fish, and my grandma and my grandfather were German, and so fish was just not a thing in the Midwest. So we had shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
My mom would
little
make
itty bitty shrimp.
Regular shrimp cocktail size, probably.
My mom used those little itty bitty ones. So you'd eat it with a spoon.
No, these were it would be shrimp cocktail, so it would be like the 30, 40 count probably.
Okay.
And then my mom made a clam chowder that was a bunch of different canned soups mixed together with a bunch of half and half. It's delicious, by the way, but it's it's like salt dairy overload at the end of the day. And then we had like tuna melts, and that was it. Okay. Like I never had salmon. I never had
me either
any other fish growing up. So we ate pork and we ate beef, and we had fried chicken. That was the only chicken we would have, is fried chicken. So when I got married the first time, he came from a family and they ate chicken and seafood. And that was it. They didn't eat beef or pork. So I was like,
and you're like, wait a minute, that's what I want.
Yay! So it took a really long time. I had to acclimate myself to fish. So I think just fish in general at the beginning for me, unless it was a shellfish, like fried clams or something like that, was not something I could eat. But now I eat everything. But I would say Chilean sea bass is probably my favorite.
Oh, that is so good.
With a nice beurre blanc of some side. Scallops
I like
also.
The big scallops. Oh my gosh, but they're so expensive right now. I was raised on tuna fish that was washed. And my dad would go deep sea fishing, and he would come home with albacore tuna.
Oh.
But he wasn't allowed to bring it in the house.
No?
No fish was ever allowed to enter into the house. My mother, my mother hated fish. But so Dad he had one of those called a little smoky. It's like a little tin box or whatever, and he would smoke all of the tuna out there. So I'd get smoked tuna out there. So that was pretty good. That was pretty good stuff. But other than that, we used to have we used to go fishing up at a place called Jinx Lake, I think is what it was called. And every now and then we'd get to have trout that we'd take home trout. We just put trout on the barbecue, and that was good. But a lot of it, tilapia is the most mild of all the fish that you can eat. And I can't do catfish because all catfish taste like mud because they're bottom feeders. But I know people who, I mean, fried catfish, man, that is like their jam. And I'm like, you can have mine and enjoy it. I will enjoy all the sides that go with it.
I love
All of
blackened
the sides I will
catfish.
be happy to enjoy.
Blackened catfish is good. Cornmeal fried catfish is really good. Grouper I love. I'll be going to Florida here in about a month.
I don't think I've done. Wait, how do we have an incoming hype train? Who touched what?
I don't have a hype train.
Who touched what? Megabytes, how are you doing today?
Hello,
Troublemakers.
Megabytes.
What? I don't think so.
Megabytes is
don't
going to
think
come
so.
over to my house. We're going to, and I don't have a date for it yet, but I'm going to try and do something called dinner party where I have somebody over here and I'm cooking for them, but Megabyte said he's going to cook with me too. So I want to try and grouper and mahi. So when I come to Florida, I usually have grouper at least once, but we have a favorite restaurant we go to when we're down there, and they have this beautiful Chilean sea bass that's got something, it's kind of like a beurre blanc, but it has miso in it, and it's so good. Still trying to work on figuring that.
Okay, hype train, guys.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Hype train right there. Yeah, the last time I had the sea bass, I was in San Francisco.
I'm not judging you.
And they had a white, that's weird because you mentioned the miso. They had a white bean miso, like on the plate first, and then the sea bass sat on top of it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so, so good. Diva, hello. Dragon has told me to come in and say hi.
Hello.
For the horde.
For the horde.
And Dana is horde against her wishes and her will, but we're going to take her over to the nice side.
We are?
Which is still the horde.
Oh.
But she's going to learn to like it. She's going to learn to love it. The nom-noms are fantastic. My close-up camera is not working, and I am so sorry about that. Atala Noah, heart your face. Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. I play both sides. Our aprons go both ways.
Yeah, you can.
So on our aprons,
so if
you can reverse it. It's horde or it's alliance.
I choke myself off.
I could do it like that and just turn around, but then I got this.
So if you find yourself on the wrong side of the tracks, you just turn your apron around and you go.
And this is why
Adeleno at cheered 100. Thank you.
Because we wear our capes in the front.
Exactly.
We wear our capes in the sweet. We wear our capes in the front. Itala Noah dropping bits over in Dana's kitchen.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. Oh, that's my alarm going off. I thought that was golden flare.
Golden flare. Just
You
cheered
guys,
over there.
Don't choke yourself now. Thank you, Aspie. The Clipsinator. I am Aspie, the Clipsinator.
My auto mod deleted that. Sorry. Over here, because there was a link.
Tally Ho coming in with a Prime sub.
Yeah, something you know, you need to know.
Tally.
You need to know if you have Amazon Prime. You have a free sub to go give to somebody.
You do?
Anybody, go spend Amazon's money. They don't need it.
You do.
Look at all of those cheers you're getting. Holy cow.
Tally
Don't
Ho.
choke yourself now.
My new chalkboard's coming in. My new chalkboard coming in. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Skittlebutt coming in with bits. Crochet coming in with more bits. Atala Noah coming in with bits. Oh, I'm ordering a new itty bitty bitty umbrella because my last one got crushed by my tortilla press actually.
What? Skittlebutt.
Skittle_butt cheered 200. Thank you.
Skittlebutt throwing bits down in Dana's
Holy
kitchen.
cow. Okay, wait. We have things.
I got the
Who
hiccups.
who do I need to do stuff for? Golden Flare, thank you. Oh my gosh.
I love that.
I'm
Golden
dying
Flare
here.
0205 cheered
You guys are
100.
awesome. Seriously,
Thank you.
I wish I could express.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna have Robbie do his new thing too here, just
What is
because we have a
Robbie's new
hype
thing?
train. Just wait, I can't tell you, and he's gonna hate me for making him do it.
Wait, don't
It-
you wear the hat? Or
I wear the hat, but
good.
wait, Robbie has his own. Oh my gosh, Michael, thank you so
Well
much
done,
for the
Michael.
gift subs. Holy cow!
Well
Okay,
done, Michael.
wait,
Well done.
we gotta wait for Robbie. Here comes Robbie.
Oh, wait,
Hang
we're
on.
waiting for Robbie. Okay, hold up. Let's wait for Robbie. Hang on here.
Hang
when
on.
Robbie comes on, I'm
Hang
ready.
on. Oh my
I'm ready.
gosh.
We're gonna-
I'm gonna have to go
Talanoa
back and find
812
all the
cheered
stars
100.
I need to put
Thank
on my
you.
thing. Here we
What's your
go.
face, Soup? Have you gotten to there yet?
This is falling off my head. Here we go.
Hang on.
Did you miss it,
Skittle
Kenara?
underscore butt cheered
Come back.
300.
Come back
Thank
through.
you.
Turn that horse around.
Come
Yeah.
here. Wait.
Come on, ride that horse, that choo-choo horse. Come on,
Oh
ride
my
that horse,
gosh.
that choo-choo
Mythical
horse.
Tasuki cheered
Oh
200.
my gosh.
That is
Thank
awesome.
you.
Skittlebud, Golden Flare.
That is awesome. That is hysterical.
Suki. Holy cow. Guys,
I
thank you
need
so
a rideable.
much.
I need a rideable crab. I need a rideable crab right there.
There we
oh
go.
my gosh, Skittlebutt, heart your face. Thank you.
You got this wrong. This is supposed
Remember,
to be
if we get through a
for
level
you.
5
There
hype
we
train,
go.
that generates
Perfect.
Merch giveaway.
So much better. So much better.
That generates merch giveaway. If we get through level 5, I will give away a Leonardo da Vinci apron.
You're right,
today.
Jedi.
I don't have one of those. I don't
Oh,
have
you know what?
one.
I wasn't sure what you were going to wear, but just in case.
Just in case.
I was ready. All washed and cleaned.
Oh, you had your apron. Well, we said
Your
we were going to
apron.
wear the Horde aprons, right? That was part of the
Yes,
thing.
but I couldn't remember, so I thought, oh my gosh. Dana, go sit on your hands.
Okay, I need to know, where are we on the hype train for you?
Dana's just casually dropping
level
bits
2.
in Kanara's stream too.
It's fine. It's all good.
What I am trying to look for, now wait a minute, so real quick, just remind me on here because it's, wait, I don't even know what time it is.
Oh my gosh, Skittlebud.
after-
Skittle
Thank you.
underscore butt cheered 200.
It's after 5
Thank
for you,
you.
right?
It is 5:12, yes.
Miss Sarah, when's Darth going live?
Oh, is he going live today? I don't know that he's going live
I thought
today.
is it only live? Oh, it's all day next week?
Yeah.
Talanoa.
Thank you,
Watch your face.
Talanoa.
Thank you so much for doing that for
I do the hump.
Kanara.
The hump down. To dazzle them. But a Talanoa. I know you're on here. Hang on. The
things I do for food.
Yep, there it is.
Who else? We have Suki.
Talanoa. A Talanoa gets hash marks. The hash. No, not today. Monday and Friday about 4:15. Well,
I'm gonna have to figure all
okay,
these things
Sarah,
out.
you tell him that is unacceptable. You tell him that is unacceptable.
Oh
We want
my
him to go
gosh.
live right now. Skittlebud. Gosh dang. Skittle, are you on my list? I mean, not my bad list though. My good list. I have a Talanoa on here twice, and that's why I moved up the other hashtag, so I could put Skittle there.
Oh, I got it. That's who
I
the
have a
other
Talanoa
person
up
is.
here. Now I have a Talanoa here, but I put 2 hash marks there, making sure. Hey,
horse
where's my
is
little
hungry.
thing right there?
Your
Oh my
horse is-
gosh. I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
Skittle
Robbie's
right here.
lost it. We've just lost it over here.
Okay. And let's go with, because I need more blue up there. Let's do Skittles. Who's got the Skittles?
Oh, she's got her board.
A little.
I've got this over
I'm
here.
changing this.
You're changing it.
Yes, because what I didn't realize at the time, oh, good Lord. Good Lord, you guys. This is craziness. Mega, thank you. Skittlebutt coming in with, oh my gosh, you guys. We're both at level 4. So I didn't realize that with my bright lights, because I have 2 big stage lights here, that the reflection would be so bright on this board.
Oh.
So what I did is I got a wipe away. No, not a wipe away. I got a stickum, like this stick. It's like an adhesive, and I could pull this off, but that's a chalkboard. So I'm hoping that with the matte color, oh, there goes my headphones. And then I got the,
I don't know where my
might
stickers
have to-
are.
okay, there we go. No, why are you, oh, you crazy little thing over here. Hang on. Is it okay? It's still on. It actually kept connection. Yes.
There's so much going on. My head
I'm gonna
is
use
spinning.
on it. You spin me right
Round.
round, baby,
Oh.
right round.
Hey, Kanara, can I
Music-
show you?
music-
Yes.
hang
I'm
on,
going to
let's-
show you what I got teeds for the baby. Can I show you?
I want to see. He hasn't answered me. Well, you know what? Will you send me his mailing address? Because I texted him like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I can
And I
send
know
that
he
to you.
doesn't get on. Yeah, I know he doesn't get on and check his Discord very often. Oh, shut up.
That's a little bib.
Okay. Okay, you need to tell him to cut eye holes in it and put Skittle. Oh, okay, wait. I got to put 10 hashtags on Skittles.
I got to find my stickers because I got to put stickers on people's stars and stuff back here.
Skittles, thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So here's the little
Okay,
My
wait.
First Bucky.
Oh, that is adorbs. I still have my little Bucky Christmas ornament.
And then of course you have to have the little Bucky onesie.
That little guy is going to be dressed to the nines, and everybody's going to go, what the heck is this? And he's going to have no idea how cool his kid is.
So.
No cool how this kid is. Who's dropping bits now? Oh, Dragonfire, thank you so much. I should have worn my crab earrings because then the red would have matched.
Woo! Thank you guys for the hype train. Woo. All right. It's my backstage manager.
Yes, Linus, you got a gifted sub. Skittlebutt just like, here, shut up and take my bits. Athena was, I'm going to have to, okay, so I guess I'm going to have to, you guys are going to do this, aren't you? You guys are going to do this. Okay. I'm going to have to start this up, aren't I? You have 3 minutes to get us through level 5. It has to say level 6. We know that means we definitely got it through level 5. And yeah, did you get another video, bro? I have it. I'm ordering it today because I have some more stuff to order through Amazon. I wanted to wait till I get like 4 or 5 things to order. We're gonna do a giveaway. And wait, Whiskey and Unicorn, I owe you something. I forgot what I owe you. What the living? Anonymous gifted Zenus a sub. Dan, oh my Lord, you guys. Okay, Anon comes in.
There you go, level 6. It says level 6. You owe us an apron.
Okay, we owe an apron. We owe an apron. Dana!
I want an apron. That's what I want. I want an apron. Sneaky.
I have to give away. Wait, it says, why can't I start the giveaway in here? Oh, here we go. Okay, please hold. Ooh, I don't know how this is gonna work. Okay, hang on, we're gonna figure out how this is gonna work. It's not subscriber only. We're gonna start it. Let me see if this is gonna work. Let me see how this is gonna work over here. Hang on, guys. Hold up, I gotta make sure this is actually gonna work. Oh, this is not gonna, oh wait, here we go.
It's gonna work.
Canon, OBS, close-up, Gardic, slat. Okay, you wanna know what else is missing from my, oh my gosh, you guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. Do you guys know what else got deleted from my, my audio thing over here? Is my, wait, let me check over here, hang on. Okay, hold up, maybe it's over here. Okay, it's over here, hold. Oh, how do I do this? Nope. It's not sound. Okay. Tilt, Tangia, Throne, Guest Cam, My Inset, Main, Sound Commands, Contest. Oh, so I have to get the link again. Okay. Oh, wait, that's not it.
Oh, Randy.
Pro Streamer.
Can I have a cocktail?
For sure.
Same one?
Same one.
How do I get my link? I don't understand how I get my link. I got to end the giveaway. End giveaway. End giveaway. Okay.
That just means if you cannot figure this out, you owe everybody an apron.
Don't do that to me.
I think that's fair.
Can I offer you a drink?
Thank you. Is that Golden Flare doing that? Yep.
Okay. No, stop. Stop. Okay. Now if I come over here, okay, hold up. Wait. Just wait. Wait. That's not it.
That's what I
That's
have
not
to
it.
say to my dog all the time. Wait. He's not very good at listening that.
Properties? Okay. Wait. Okay. Shift. No. Shift V. No. Control V. Come on, Kanara.
Oh, please, technical difficulties.
Okay. Wait, no, that's not it either. That's okay. Oh my God, I am so stupid right now. I can't figure this out. Hang on. Oh yeah,
Oh,
exclamation
Skittle
point.
you're so nice.
Apron.
Okay.
So I can't enter my own. Exclamation point apron. And Dana, if you don't win it as a guest today, I'm sending you an apron because you guys have been absolutely fabulous.
Aww.
I've got yours. I didn't have an apron for the longest time. It's kind of like, I really need to have an apron on here, don't I?
I need to order more.
You just have to be you just need to be a follower of the channel. I did mine through Fourth Wall.
I know. I was very picky. Like I went out. Fourth Wall wasn't a thing when I did mine a couple of years ago, and I actually had people. I looked at samples of stuff because I wanted something that could go had a really long strap that you could tie around the front, or for people who are a little bigger, it would at least go all the way around. So
what the heck? Wait a minute. Yeah, why didn't it start? Okay, hold up. Pro Streamer. Okay, y'all might want to re-enter.
magic.
Y'all might want to type in exclamation point apron again.
Can you type in?
I'm
apron
sorry.
over there too.
I'm sorry. There we go. Thank you, Golden Flare. Here, you want to try some of this? I didn't put sour cream in mine, and there's no salt in there. Just whatever the chili has. Hype Train Success. You guys heart your face so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Exclamation point apron. Y'all see your names popping up on there.
Did you see what Robbie just won this last week from Johnson? He won a knife.
Hold up, let me see. Oh, look at that handle.
I know, isn't that cool? I think he's calling it the dice knife, so I think this is all leftover stuff from the dice he makes.
You know what? I love that. He's repurposing it. He's using it. And he's making it an absolute gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, he is so awesome.
And that's one of those things.
Shout out for Johnson, please.
Yeah, Robbie just did that. Really awesome. And you can win these knives watching. You can enter. And he does not sell them. He mostly just gives them away. So
yeah.
We have
the contest
4.
is still going. I just minimized it. Liza wanted to say hi. Hey, look up over here.
Let's see. Aww, such a cutie.
She is.
Show her name tag. That shows her.
That's little Miss Liza. And then what's that song from? Is it from? Is that the Music Man? Where they kind of that? But now we started singing the song, Liza Bow, oh Liza Bow, which is not really the song, but that's I can tune a game would be coming handy. He makes the resin pours. I remember his first pours when he started to do the resin, because he was working with wood for so long, and then he got into the resin, and there was a big learning curve about not having the bubbles in it and all this kind of stuff. And you look at the quality of stuff that he is putting out right now; it is
amazing,
stunning.
And he came when we did the food and drink thing, and we really missed you. I wish you had been able to be here.
Oh my gosh, that was so dumb.
He brought his.
Not the gathering, me.
He was out on the back porch sharpening everybody's knives, which was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, how did they get those on the plane?
Some people just live here. Steve drove up and dinner with Mom. No, they flew.
Yeah.
Some people flew and all that stuff. I know, we
Oh, you're
missed
talking
food
about
fight too.
Dana's food fight, yes. Dana's food fight, yes.
So we're just waiting. Darth has had a lot of personal stuff going on, so we're gonna see how this week goes
Yeah.
for him, and then I'm gonna annoy the hell out of him. So, so we can get it started again. So, of all the weekends, that's
Those
right,
that
because
don't know-
Megabytes couldn't come either.
So tell them about Food Fight and how you guys put the Food Fight together and the charities and stuff and how that works, and let people know about Food Fight so they can start getting hyped now for it.
I know. So Food Fight, we've had a lot of fun. We'd seen and actually competed in, and Kanar's competed in some things on Twitch for cooking, and a lot of them just have so many people involved that you don't really get to know the streamers at all that are competing.
True.
So we talked about it and came up with doing like a bracket style tournament so that we have 2 chefs at any one time. It gives us time to get to know them, and there are some sabotages so when you guys donate money, it goes to that chef's charity, and then you get to sabotage them or sabotage the other person. So just as long as you're like, okay, I'm giving it to this charity, and this is what's going to happen. And we were even fun because I don't know if you knew this, but with Bonsai, when Bonsai was competing, her mom came in and donated money and said, tell her to be quiet for 5 minutes.
I remember that.
And we were like,
I remember that.
guess what? You can't talk for 5 minutes. Your mom says so. So,
I remember
so
that.
it's
That
a
was
lot of
funny.
fun. So it's a bracket style tournament. And then the winner, the first couple of seasons, got a nice trophy that had a whisk trophy. Yeah. I've got some other ideas. We may do that again. We'll see. But
The whiskula. It was a whiskula.
It was not. It was a whisk. And don't be Darth, or I'm gonna have to slap you. But I did send. I don't know if he saw. But I sent Darth. I had a spatula made up, and it was engraved with participation trophy, because he's like, I want a whiskula.
I didn't lose because of my food.
No.
I lost because Dinner with Mom had a much better story about
I think that's it.
prison.
About how she met
prison.
her husband in prison.
All right, she met her husband in prison, and I the minute she started to tell that story, and I'm listening to that story, I'm like, give her the trophy right now, because that was earned. That was so much fun. You can't help but have a good time. You can't help it because you're cooking with friends.
So what we do is each of the contestants choose an ingredient. They both have to use both ingredients in it. They do know that about a week ahead of time about the 2 ingredients. What they don't know is what they have to cook. So we spin a wheel, and it might be something like brunch with your girlfriends, or it could be sweet and spicy, or it could be something like rolled, right? And so then you may have some ideas in your head, but now you got to make it fit what the thing is.
Ours was lunchbox.
And it was lunch. Lunchbox,
School lunch, School lunch, yeah.
And Kanara had a bento box, and Dinner with Mom had lunch trays. Like school lunch
food tray
trays.
type thing. That was
and I was
brilliant.
like,
who has one of those? Dinner with Mom. Evidently,
So
and
it
she
was
has 2
funny.
of them. She said, "I died because don't they have a family member that does not like to have their food touched at all?" And so she thought, "I'm going to get these trays, and that way, the food, taking into consideration if somebody doesn't want to. I mean, like they will not eat if their food remotely has touched." And so I think she went the extra mile to make sure that this person could enjoy all the foods, which I think is fantastic. But when she whipped out a lunch tray and then told the story of meeting in prison, I was like, bye. I'm going to go clean up now. That was one of the best. That was one of the most fun streams I had.
it was fun. It was fun. So
Do you
we have
know
a
what
lot
those
of fun with
costumes
it.
beforehand? No. We don't know anything. We kind of got, like what Dana says, we don't. And by the way, I'm getting ready to pull the winner here. So exclamation point enter. You just have to be
I think
a
by one.
follower of the channel. That's it. You don't have to be a
We've-
sub. You just have to be a follower.
So the other thing about it, and I'm glad you brought this up, Megabytes, is that a lot of ours are 1 by 1 point. And the way it happens is that we look at plating, use of the ingredients, creativity, your use of the whatever you were supposed to be making, as well as the story you tell about your food, because obviously we can't taste it, right? So we're like, use your storytelling skills when you're doing it. And Darth and I do each of those categories on 5 points, and then we add those together, and then chat gets to actually vote. So chat gets to vote who they think won. And even though that's only 1 point, the chat gives to the, well, it's actually technically 1.5 points that they give to the total. It has decided no less than 3, maybe 4 of the contests that we've had.
Yeah.
And we
It
don't know
close.
that. So we've had several
It got
that
close.
what chat voted for was actually what won. So.
And it's fun. I always do. In any food competition that I have done, I go in it with the attitude, I'm cooking with friends, and that's all that matters. And wonderful work is being done with donations going to the charities. And that's what it's for. Just have a good time, cook. So if you are a food and drink streamer, right? Or if you've always wanted to do food and drink, if you need tips and tricks and whatever, any one of us are happy to talk with you and tell you. I'll tell you like what I do. I don't talk about the technical side, but I'll tell you what I do and stuff. But and if you're invited to do a cooking competition, do it. It's not stranger danger. You're cooking with somebody who is going to be right there beside you.
It's all
laughing,
about the fun.
asking questions. So maybe you're like, I don't talk that much on stream. Well, you get a chatty Cathy like me, I'll be asking questions. Dana asks questions. And she draws people, into the conversation, and then chat's asking you questions. So make sure you do it. Make sure you reach out.
Yeah.
All right.
You ready?
Are we ready? We're gonna draw. We are gonna draw. Hang on. I'm looking for the window again. Hang on. This is your last chance, guys. Exclamation point. Oh my gosh, I thought I ended the thing. Exclamation point.
Apron.
Exclamation point apron. I'm doing so many different things at once here.
I
I'm
totally
gonna take a picture of
understand.
this so I don't forget. Exclamation point apron in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, hang on. And 1. Okay, who won it? Okay, we're just gonna wait. Bog Brush, 20-month sub coming in from Beast Car. Bog Brush, are you here? I gotta take a picture of this. Bog Brush.
I don't see it anywhere. Is it on? Do you see it?
He might not be online. Hang on. I'm gonna take a picture of it. There we go. Bog Brush.
Congrats,
The boggy of the brush. Congrats, Bog. Bog might be AFK. That's okay. That's all right. We have no
Happens to the best
problem
of
with
us.
AFKers. I will send a DM to them on Twitch and in Discord. Anytime we do our contest here, as you guys know, I give
there
them.
they
Bog,
are.
there you go. Wonderful.
There they are.
So Bog, DM me a name and an address. DM. Don't post it here. A name and an address, and I will get that ordered tomorrow. Along with Dana's.
I
ordering
still
all this stuff.
win. Woohoo!
You still win. Yay.
I still win. Woo! I love it when I
love
can't
having
lose.
aprons and merch from other streamers, and I
Yeah.
love wearing it on stream and showing. Like I've got a couple of Banzai Merlin shirts that I have worn. The one that says "Use MSG" right there, and it's the one about the bacon. Don't go bacon my heart or something like that. I can't remember. What's the bacon one? Anyway, I've got Chef Nagain's sweatshirt. I've got Dana's apron. I've also got the shirt that she had made for me when I I went out there in 2022 that says, "Oh, Randy, I need a cocktail," and I knew that we're gonna be wearing our aprons. That's why I didn't. I almost wore that shirt because I thought, "Oh, that'd be perfect," but then I thought, "Oh, we're gonna have our aprons on." So yeah, there was that. So Miss Dana, you get to choose who we are going to raid, and guys,
I
we're gonna
don't.
do a double raid out.
I
Yes, you do.
did. No, I did it Friday. It's your turn.
You are a guest. You are pick. I am. Am
You're
I not
you're a
hosting
guest
this?
on my stream.
Young lady, I'd like to remind you, it is rude to argue with your elders. I'm pulling the card.
I'm old enough that I don't really care.
Who are we going to raid then?
Hey, I know. Hey, Robbie.
Okay.
Who are we gonna raid?
I love that. I love that.
Let's see.
Let me hide this. There we go.
Hippie is on. Do you want to go see Hippie?
Hippie's fine.
All right.
Oh, we also didn't we raid Hippie last time too? I don't know.
No.
He's gonna love this.
I don't think we. Oh, did we raid Hippie on Friday? No, I don't think we raided Hippie on Friday. Did we?
No, I raided Hippie on Wednesday.
Oh, on Wednesday.
But that's fine. No,
Okay.
I'm happy to go anywhere.
Let's go. Let's raid him
All
again.
right, so you guys, exclamation point raid. If you are a follower of the channel, please copy that raid out. Exclamation point sub raid. We're gonna do a double raid over into
Woo, woo.
Randy. No, over
Nope.
into Hippie. Wow.
Over into Hippie.
We're gonna raid on over into Hippie Wayfarer. It's just it's all one word, right?
A Hippie Wayfarer is one word,
one I picked?
and
Yeah.
I think we should try to knock too. We've never done that, right?
Should we both knock?
I think
and drive them nuts.
We should, if I can figure out how to do. I'll let Robbie figure out how to do it.
When you get over there, once you raid in, it should pop in. Yeah, HYPPYWAYFARER. Good, I got that right. How much happy
raid.
water did you put in that cocktail? Probably about 2 ounces, which isn't too much.
This
That's about a jigger and a half a pony,
This is more.
or 2 ponies. Yeah, that's not going to be my only one though. I will.
I'm on 2 because
will
I
admit
just had to. I had to go. I need another cocktail.
Yoo-hoo, Randy.
Over
Oh,
there.
you know what you need? You need like one of those, those signs like stop, go. They're about the size of a ping pong paddle. You need to be able to pick it up and go,
I have.
cocktail, yes. Or have a drink on the side, or a drink with the red circle with a line through it.
How about this?
That's what you should do like that.
The
There
little
you go.
bell that you sit next to.
I like it.
This actually
Ding, ding,
came
ding, ding.
from a family
like that.
member, like from years and years ago, that they actually would have this so that they could call the people to come and bring them coffee or drinks or whatever.
I love that.
Back in Germany. So
Okay, I am going to Control-C this. I'm going to put this over here in my stream. All right, are we ready to raid?
I'm
everybody
ready.
Everybody's got their raid call
I'm
out?
ready. I'm ready.
All right, guys, here we go. We'll see you guys over at Hippie's channel.
Okay. Thank you guys, everybody.
Thank you for coming over. And big shout out to Robbie, Randy, and Ricky Scrat for being there for me with my technical questions. I appreciate that very, very, very much.
And just doing all my tech stuff.
And Mustache Man just went, yes.
All right, everybody's holding hands, right?
All right, everybody hold hands. Raiders hold hands. Everybody hold hands. All right, guys, we'll see you over there. Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.